Well, salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lack? Another day, another dollar, another go into the mighty world of Football Manager 26 and the third season of my United save. Seven games into the season in the league. 5 wins, 2 losses, 4th place, 8 goal difference. And we get to see how things continue on now. Will it go good? Will things continue to be on the rise? Will the bump and the cracks in the foundation start to appear already? Time will tell. But the best way to experience it is in the almighty goal. So it's a pleasure to be here, my friends, and a pleasure to get back at it. So, last time we ended up starting off the season, had a good old time with it. Lost to Paris Saint-Germain in one of our legs of the Champions League. We have Leverkusen next, so we're going to need to make sure to give ourselves a bit of breathing room there and hope that everything continues on okay. We lost to Villa and Arsenal, which were our 2 losses, particularly annoying because Arsenal are on a good run to start this particular season of how things are going, but we shall persist and continue on to see how all will end up going. Senior Duck, what's a crack-a-lackin'? It's a pleasure to have you in. Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious, my friend? Please let us know how the weekend is going for you. I hope that it is all going grand. I think this should end up making things better there. But yeah. How is life treating you, my friend? I hope it is going good. Because for myself, all is good at the moment. Just trying to keep things up to 90. Weird. Okay. Okay, I see. Still a wee bit too loud. Give us 1 second, just testing some stuff out here. Yep. That seems to be much better. But yeah, I hope the weekend is treating you good. I'm doing okay. Happy that it is the weekend now. Ready to get into the vibe of things, see how we as Manchester United end up doing versus the mighty Fulham. And for myself, ready to get into a bit of fun here. I don't have much planned. Of course, the Royal Rumble is on as well, which hopefully will be a good experience for us. So, so far up, we have had Celtic, who we've beaten. Paris Saint-Germain, who unfortunately we lost to, the former champions that we ended up taking it off of last year. Next, we have Bayern Leverkusen. Then we have Molde. Then we have Twente. Then we have Bilbao. Then we have Barcelona. And finally, FC Porto. So not actually the worst lineup of degenerates we could end up getting. So, you know, happy out in that restraint. You know, normally, I would allow that type of stuff, but I'm sorry, Up. You don't even get the enjoyment of an off. But what you do get is this. But all in all is going good. Have you anything exciting planned for the weekend, Senior Duck? Or what about yourself, Senior Up, when you end up coming back from your 5-second timeout? Well, I mean, that's the best way to be, isn't it? Just relaxing, enjoying the crack while all ends up coming together and hoping that everything is 90. Yes, it's looking like, to be honest, I understand why they do it, especially when you set up as big of a stage as you have for the Royal Rumble. But genuinely, I think they have... I don't think they should have used that stadium for... SmackDown tonight, although it looks unbelievable. I wouldn't be shocked if Chris Jericho appears. I wouldn't be shocked if Powerhouse Hobbs appears. Obafemi is going to appear. Grayson Waller is going to appear. I wouldn't be shocked if Joe Hendry appears. Nikki Bella is going to end up being in it. Trish was just doing an interview with Stephanie McMahon, so I said there's a good chance she might appear in it, and we know Brock Lesnar is in it, but we'll see. There could be a couple of surprises. I mean, she was training and ended up putting out a video there earlier on, so if Saraya has been signed back on to WWE, not a bad old poke. She's a good wrestler, to be fair, so it could end up happening. And Mr. Iguana could be interesting. And of course, we'll get Finn Balor isn't in like what they could do. And to be honest, I would end up recommending they do this, but I don't think they will. What they could do is they could. Finn Balor didn't get into the Royal Rumble, but the Demon might have. At which point, if you do that, you just make him win the Rumble. Now, I don't think they're going to do that, but you know, a man can dream. Okay. So, Nottingham Forest, still Sean Dyche's Nottingham Forest, 7th in the Premier League. I believe it's Sean Dyche's still in the Premier League here. So we are going to end up having a contest against them. We're not going to end up going weak against them. We're going to go in with some firepower because it's dangerous not to. So we're going to go in with Edison in goal, Alex Jimenez in the right-hand side. We're going to give Willie Kawambala a bit of a go. I know Euro or Delict could probably end up doing, and Delict's been whinging about game time, but we're going to go with that. And then actually I'm going to swap Elias Zambrani with Delict, if it would let me. Game load, for Christ's sake. Okay, good. Delict. Then Saba over there. Stellar and the Cat. Ahmad, Bruno, and Mbwemu with Ferguson up front. We're giving Ferguson a lot of goals to start firing this season. And with Hoyland already on 1 goal and Sesko on 4 goals and 5 assists, I really should be playing Sesko. But we're going to go with this and see how things end up going. So cross your arms a bit and wish us a bit of luck. But what about yourself, Senior Up? Is there any surprises you want to end up seeing at the Royal Rumble? Will you be watching it live, or will you be doing anything exciting for it? I won't be around tomorrow evening, so I will be watching it with a couple of compatriots. So hopefully that'll end up being a good experience. But yeah, hopefully it's all looking good. And how has the writing been going? Have you gotten past your first chapter yet? It's my neighbour's grandkiddo's 18th. Not too bad, Senior Duck. Happy out. Do you know the grandkids much, or are you just going for the neighbour, if you don't mind me asking? Got a birthday party to go to on Saturday night. I'll be watching live Bianca to win the women's. If she's back, that could be a shout. I know the person that probably deserves it the most is Liv Morgan, due to her meteoric rise and how all has been going, and it wouldn't shock me if they gave it to Liv Morgan. But Bianca Belair would be a good shout. On to chapter 2 now. Been researching the setting for it. Happy out, my friend. I know I've asked you this before, but like, is it based on a real world setting? Is it one that you're coming up with yourself? Is it fantasy based? Because I forget what your reply was to that one, Senior Up. Real world, not too bad. Not too bad. Well, at least that's a guarantee that there's going to be plenty of information out there for you to follow and end up making it sweet. He says I may as well be family to them. Known them since I was in high school says it all. Really happy out, my friend. And I mean, you're old as can be. Like, you're so old that the mummies end up turning around saying hello, father. So, like, you knowing them for that long means you probably are their family. Just banter, senior up. Duck gets away with it so often that we need to end up sending a bit of banter his way, otherwise the ego would grow too big. But happy out. I mean, that means a couple of shots of tequila going your way, Senior Duck, I'm sure. Because the only way you can end up having a westernized 18 properly is to have a couple of shots of tequila with the person that's 18. You know, in America, you wait until they're 21. You do it at 18 anyway, but you wait until they're 21. But, you know, tequila. Well, what other way is there to do it up? Is my alcoholic tendencies coming through me again? Why is this taking so long to load? Let's hope that this ends up speeding up a bit. What more would you want in a meal than tequila, Senior Up? That's just you being cantankerous. Like, tequila is a meal in of itself. Anyways, John Victor is an okay goalkeeper, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Murillo could have been good, and Morata actually is good. Ellie and Anderson, they're a bit weak in the striking point, but we'll see what ends up happening. I have to say it too. What is Crystal Palace smoking, by the way, to go for Jørgen Strand Larsen? I don't think he's a bad player, IRL, but Jørgen Strand Larsen, in my opinion, is nowhere near 50 million quid. Like, I know they're probably going to get their 40 million quid. I know they're probably going to get their 40 million quid for Mateta. And before Oliver Glasner, neither could Mateta hit off of a barn door. And it's looking like Nottingham Forest are going to give them the 40 million quid for Mateta, which is idiotic as well. But Wolves have to be screaming with kind of screaming with laughter. They have to be angry as well that they didn't take it off of Newcastle when Newcastle were looking for him. Like, Newcastle made out the best of that one with Wolverhampton. Like, I know there's a cult following for Jørgen Strand Larsen in FM, and a load of people end up nicking him up in this game when they're doing online saves and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I know goals-wise he's been a bit tragic, but like, his hold-up play is grand. My problem with Wolverhampton is the same thing that I have with Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres is a fantastic 10. Wolverhampton is a fantastic 10. Now, he's a striker, which makes your ability to be a 10 a bit, suspect. Because both of them are falling for the same trap. Both of them are trying to be Harry Kane. Now, that might be a lot to do with the managers wanting him to play that way, but like, Victor Gyökeres is way too deep. Wolverhampton is still way too deep as well. Both of them have the same problem. It also doesn't help that Newcastle just are not firing. Like, Anthony Elanga's not firing for them. Thibaut Livramento has been injured for a while. They're just not firing. The only player they currently have that's kind of firing for them is... God, I can't even think of a player that's firing for them at the moment. Edison, you have to do better than that. He can't cut the corner and beat you. That is insane. That's insanity. That's annoying as hell, so it is. And they're going to do it again, aren't they? thank God. Okay. If we went 2-0 down 4 minutes in, I think it would have lost the will to live. Jimenez to Stiller. Stiller. Oh, what a save by John Victor. I know at one point in time, IRL, United were interested in John Victor. It's amazing how things can end up changing. 7 goals in 20 for a team 9th ain't half bad, to be honest. Yeah, but when most of your goals are coming outside of the Premier League, it doesn't exactly help. But like that's the case for an awful lot of things. I like Wolverhampton. I'll admit it, or however you pronounce him. I like Wolverhampton. I like him quite a bit. I think he's a good player. That's in league alone, is it? Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Like another player that they need to end up performing a wee bit more is Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon hasn't been pulling up the trees that he normally would in the years that he's been. He did well when he first joined, yeah. 8 goals, gotta include his own goal versus Sunderland. I mean, if that's the case, then Lisandro Martinez has a good goal record today as well in the league as well. What behaviour? Gifting suspended and live visibility restricted. This behaviour is not within our policies. Gifting suspended. Learn more to whatever. You know what? I'm done. I hate TikTok with a passion. I hate it with a passion. I can't be arsed with that fucking app. Genuinely, what a pain in the arse. Anyway, we're 1-1, so we're doing well there. I'm still streaming everywhere, Senior Duck, because I want to try and grow. I know I'm not doing enough, and I don't have the content awareness enough, and I'm not, appealing enough to end up growing that way, but, like, it is the way to end up growing. Same shite. They came up, turning around, stating, putting an appeal on it, and then restricting me, and then blah, 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 blah. I'm not even sure why, because it's literally the same content here, and I'm not saying anything too bad. But literally this time, 15 minutes in, they just turn around and says you've went against their terms and conditions, learn more about prioritization or monetization, and you've been restricted. So it's just annoying, because Benny keeps telling me to shut the fuck up and not worry about the numbers, but you know yourself. Oh, yeah. Basically told them...
Off! It's a direction you can fuck!
Okay, we are not performing good enough here. We need to be more offensive, so we're going to change to this formation. And we're going to put on Rasmus. And we're going to take off in Buemu, and we're going to put on Rashford. Oh, why is the follow? Give me a second. I'm in Stream Elements. It should be working. I mean, the bloody watch time came up. Why isn't follow age working? You may need to... Okay, give us a second. Well, if I wasn't gonna end up getting demonetized before, I'm gonna get demonetized now, because... Oh, okay, now it should be working. Oh, shut up. It's not my fault I can't follow myself. I'm vain enough as it is. Congratulations for being insane enough to have followed me for over a year, Senior Up. Can you believe that I've been at this for over a year and have just 302 followers? Oh, it's just a watch. Yeah, it's just a Garmin watch. It's a nice yoke. Garmin 35 or 55 millimeter watch, solar energy one. So, you know, handy enough. Track all my stuff, make it better for when I'm doing walking and stuff like that. It is a very nice watch. I will say though, it's not as good at the stuff that I was told it'd be good at as I wanted it to be. The main one I wanted it for was to do gym work and all that type of stuff is fine, but then you need to be ultra specific on what type of gym stuff you're doing for it to be accurate. So this is a runner's watch. That's what this is. This is a runner's watch. If you're doing hiking, if you're doing stuff like that, it's designed specifically for that type of stuff, which is fine. I'm not much of a runner. I wanted it for help in the gym, and I wanted it for help in sleep time, to track my sleep and to track my gym work. Its heart rate monitor is very, very good, but this thing is a bit wacky. So you doing this means there's a gap in your hand there. And that gap sometimes means that the heart rate monitor doesn't actually contact correctly. And if you're doing boxing, it's a pain in the arse because you're always hitting the fog. You can hit the two buttons, and them two buttons are the buttons that are used for your start and stop bloody functions, where they really should be this side. But, you know, nitpicks. It's the sleep thing that annoys me more than anything else, because you have to be within the sleep range for it to register that the sleep is happening. But again, I'm just being a whiny bitch. Yeah, so you have to set sleep mode on the watch. So I am asleep between X time and Y time. If you don't set that mode and it isn't in that mode, if you fell asleep before that mode, it won't count the sleep. Before then, it doesn't have an automatic tracker to register sleep. So I've had other watches where the minute you go to sleep, it'll register your heart rate's gone into a sleeping tone and just go, you know, and register the sleep that's going on. This doesn't do that. That's one of the features that's promised on it. It's meant to have that technology in it. Now, maybe my sleep is just so fucked up because I have really bad sleep patterns, which is one of the reasons why I have it. Like, my average sleep time is 4 hours, which will tell you a lot about me. But basically, that's one of the reasons why I got it, and it's not the best at it. Also awesome that Nico passes after the goal. He really, really needed that goal. And Rasmus Højlund has been doing well when he came on as well. I feel a bit sorry for Evan Ferguson, because although he's after getting a assist in this game, he's just not performing well as a striker at the moment. So we needed some improvement coming from him. I'm shocked they didn't score there. Edison has not been performing to his stats, by the way. I know we signed a 34-year-old for fucking 20 million quid, but like he's just not performing to the way that the stats end up showing up. It's like his stats are still busted, but like he's been a bit leaky. How are you finding your Shamrock Rovers save, my friend? Have you gotten to the point now, like you have done in your previous saves of it, where you're loaning out most of your players to the league? Also, this will 100% spoil where I'm from, considering where I'm from is in the name of the goddamn team. But the local team there is after selling a young 19-year-old who has immense talent. And they sold him to Hibernian, fucking tits. Sold him to Hibernian for 400,000 quid, which is a joke because he's easily worth 10x that. I mean, I kind of have. I try to avoid saying it as much as possible. I know nobody gives a shit, and I'm not big enough or popular enough, or anyways, in that aura of capability that it is a problem, and it's only yourself and Duck that are here, so I could mention it and no one will care, but I still would prefer not to. Nico Paz with the second goal too, beautiful. Oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Thank you so much, my friend. I do actually need to get a clapping pop-up. But for now, just take this as me not slapping you over the face being mean. Take this as me slapping you with applause. Nico Paz with a hat-trick. I'll tell you my grandmother's maiden name and the first 2 digits of my social security number as well, if you ask. So my grandmother's maiden name is pronounced really funny. It's pronounced as Fiach, and my social security number also ends up having a pronunciation to it as well, and it's pronounced really funny as well. It's so my grandmother's maiden name is Fiach, and my social security starting number is Hugh. So yeah, Fiach Hugh. There you go. Or as I really love this joke, by the way. I really love this joke. Jeff Dunham was over in some of the Saudi clubs, and or not Saudi clubs, but it's over in one of the Saudi Arabian kingdoms, over near there. And as a result of which, he couldn't use Ahmed, the dead terrorist, so he had to change Ahmed's name. And they speak French as one of their side languages, so he changed Ahmed's name to Jachmed. Now, to anyone that knows French, I let you try and figure out what that is. If you don't, you can end up figuring it out. Yeah, I could have went and just ended up saying that my grandmother's maiden name was Jachmed. Yeah. Oh, you don't know what it means, do you not, up? Jachmed in French means jackass. Yeah. Actually, by the way, because I've timed you out, it wasn't given to you. You actually are deserving of that rank, so I'm going to give you a VIP member up. Who scored their second goal? Oh no, they did score their second goal because we were drawing at one point. Also, Evan Ferguson got a goal. Happy out for him. By the way, if any of you have any good music playlists that you think I can put onto the background, let me know about them and I might end up putting them on. Because I've run through Matty's playlist. I can still end up using my Ledre. I can still use my Ledre playlist. I love that one. But at the moment, I'm literally just listening to Electric Swing. And to be honest, I love Electric Swing, but still, there's options. No, at the moment, I don't care. Screw it. When I get big enough, I'll worry about that. At the moment, I don't give a crap. I haven't a clue if any of these are copyright free. Like at the moment, I don't have the music going on to onto YouTube at all. So the YouTube live streams just don't contain any music if you watch them back. You're just listening to my vapid voice. So what happened to you this time, Senior? It's the same few game-breaking issues. It has to be, it must be something with you, Duck, because most of them have been resolved. Are you running it in Administrator? Keeps deleting, not saving my saves, and the game crashes when none of the above happen when we go into match. That's fascinating. You definitely should send that off as a bug to Sports Interactive, because what you're describing there, I haven't seen happen. Like, I've had saves delete on me, but what you're describing there hasn't happened to me. So I'd recommend you end up sending off an email to Sports Interactive and get them to bloody look at it. No, I can't blame you for not being arsed. Paz was a substitute too. Nico Paz was a substitute, scored a hat-trick. And we might have to do something about our crippling balances. Holy crap. I don't know what we could do, mind you. It's like, I'm not... Well, I say I'm not spending that much. We spent 100 million on Nico Paz. Up, my friend. Thank you so much for the subscribing. I genuinely appreciate it, my friend. You are a gent and a scholar. You did not have to do that. I appreciate it more than you know, my friend. Thank you so much. I don't know why any of you end up doing it, to be honest. You're all fools. You all need to go for therapy, which I shan't be paying for. But like, thank you so much. I'll do it in a week or so after I've not touched it, and then I'll wait till I see what they do with the international game. Yeah. Because it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing with the international. The international is quite an interesting perspective for them to end up doing, because I have no idea what they're doing to it. I have a feeling they're literally just going to throw the old version of international football into the game and just say have at it, and just not bother to implement it in with this regular version here, and just have them as two separate things. Which, to be honest, I think will piss off an awful lot of people if they do that. So I really kind of hope they don't do that, but that's what I suspect they're going to do, sadly. Now, I will say one of the things that slightly concern me too, looking at screenshots, is IGN released a couple of screenshots for WWE 2K26 today as well, and there's a scene of Penta and Rey Mysterio up on top of a board, and that looks like an area that was in My Island, which obviously I don't know about because I didn't play that thing because I didn't have it, and didn't buy the game as a result of that. If My Island is still in that goddamn game and they keep it as a separate function, I'm still not buying the game, so we'll see. If it's a separate game mode, I'm done with buying a new FM. Well, you can stop buying new FMs now, Duck. They've confirmed it's a separate game mode. We know it's a separate game mode. Like, you can be upset about it now. We know it's a separate game mode. They've already confirmed that. So, I don't know what they're going to end up doing with it, but it's almost guaranteed to be a separate game mode because they've said it. It's unfortunate. At least that's what they said in the press release when they announced that they're going to end up putting it into the game. They announced that it was going to be a separate game mode known as FM, or known as World Cup. So it's not even international football. It might even be international football. It might legitimately be you just controlling a team for the World Cup and them doing some different aspects for that. It'll probably just be a kind of round-robin tournament type thing. I don't know how they'd implement it in this type of game, but if you've ever seen the kind of Dragon Ball fighting games where you have your tier and then everyone faces off against each other, it's probably going to be something akin to that, would be my guess. But that's 100% a guess. I couldn't tell you what they're going to do with it. Like, when I heard they were bringing back in shouts, I didn't expect them to literally put in the exact same shouts from the old game, which further proves that this was built on the old game as well, that they were able to put shouts in that easily. But hey. Did it break? Was it not on 7 before I subbed? It was, yeah, I thought I fixed it. I noticed that it ended up going to 9. Give us a second. Oh, I love when these things break. Okay, move to there. Go to that. I actually hate. I'm going to get rid of that thing after this. I'm not going to do it again. For some reason, that particular bloody widget is always breaking on me. Always breaking on me. It's astonishing how bad that widget is. Oh, probably, yeah. That might be what's happening. It might be the fact that it turned around and taught, considering that was your second month in a row, that it counted as 2. That could be what happened there. And like, it's a widget I ended up purchasing because I decided to end up spending some money. So it could be just shambolically coded. But I don't know at the same point of time. Gonna give Marcus Rashford a start and Mbeumo on for Ahmad. Then we're going to go with Dogu down there. We're going to go De Ligt and Ilya. Edison in goal. And even though you scored 1 goal and got 2 assists there, we're going to give Sesko the start on this one. And we're going to see how we do here versus Benny's own West Ham, who are their manager at the moment. No, not Espirito Santos. They're 5th, though, so we actually do need to be somewhat careful. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Sure, go on. I'm always up for seeing something odd and peculiar. Senior up? Or not up, Senior Duck. Show us the world. Show us whatever you want to, my friend. As I go into this second matchup now against West Ham. So how does everyone think United are going to do this weekend, by the way? Ooh, West Ham got Jack Grealish when he ended up going for free. And Tom Bischoff is a former United player as well, so that's interesting. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's still there. Ryan Flamingo, who they spent quite a lot of money on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A triple hat-trick by that Harry Cormac. That Harry, like, I don't know the level of competition between these two sides, because obviously Nova Bohemia Dublin have massacred Wincanton, but at the same point in time, scoring 9 goals is unbelievable. So he's probably definitely performing above the expectations of where he should be. By the way, are you begging for another timeout, bringing nonsensical memes into my chat? No, it's fine. Knowing the way things end up going, it wouldn't shock me if Logan Paul ended up coming out one of the times in WWE wearing 6'7" on his arse. Maybe. What's better than 24? 48. No, 25 doesn't exist. Skip to 26, my friend. Alex Jimenez down. Sesko! 20 seconds in, Sesko's on instead of Evan Ferguson and immediately scores. Oh my God, man. I mean, it's good having 3 strikers that are actually performing okay with each other, but Rasmus hasn't been getting many minutes at all, but has scored pretty much any time he's been playing or assisted in them or played good. Evan Ferguson is now 2 goals, 2 assists, and fucking Sesko, like, you'll never see a performance like it. Love how 25 is still on my Steam wishlist. Oh, interesting that you have that. You never remove that. That might make your Steam that might make your Steam profile even more worthwhile than you think when the evil overlords decide to end up making us pay subscriptions to use them after Gabe Newell dies. I'm suspecting that to happen, by the way. When Gabe Newell passes away, the evil overlords turn around to people and say you're not allowed to use your Steam account without subscriptions. Marcus Rashford, 2 header goals. Nice. I do hope he has someone or something in place to stop Valve when it's taken over by whoever ends up taking it over becoming like greedy. Because, like, genuinely, when we hear about Gabe Newell getting sick, or Gabe Newell unfortunately leaving this mortal coil, the first thing you should end up doing is buying as much bloody memory as you can and downloading every single game you can. Although, to be honest, I'd be spending £1,000 on fucking hard drives in order to do that. I think I would need the guts of bloody close. I'd swear I'd need close to maybe 50 terabytes to download all of the games that I have on Steam. That might be over-egging the pudding a bit, but it wouldn't be far off it, I'm sure. I have over 1,000 games, so. I wonder if there is actually a way to check that out and see how much space all of your Steam library would end up taking up. Without manually checking each individual one of them and counting it up yourself. No, that's random crap, by the way. I doubt anyone actually decided to make that type of application, or if they did, they're bonkers. Nico Paz! He's starting to click. Ladies and gentlemen, he's starting to click. This is what you want to see. Beautiful. He's starting to click. What? I know. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, all going well. And Zimbrani makes it 4. Well, it depends what ends up happening. The big thing is, I suspect, like, one of the reasons why Valve and Steam are allowing the system to be so free, like, there's no advertisements on base Steam. Like, Steam, in terms of the market value and the market capturing that it can end up doing, is leaving a lot on the table. So what I suspect will end up happening is, if he doesn't have the right people in place, Gabe Newell, after he ends up retiring or leaves the mortal coil, that the company will end up becoming greedy, like every company ends up becoming greedy. And as a result of which, they might implement something like a subscription base just to use your account, or something akin to that. You have to pay X amount if you want to download more than X number of games, or something like that. Because Steam is remarkably well effort, like good value for what it is. So, and it's one of the only reasons why the likes of Epic and the whole lot end up giving the free games and all that type of stuff, because they literally can't compete with Steam. It has a monopoly because it's the best at what it does. Now, it had a monopoly because it was the first to do it, but it just so happens to also be the best at what it does. So I would just be concerned that once Gabe Newell is no longer the captain of the ship will end up going down into hazardous waters. Also, 6-0 before halftime is a beautiful result for us. If you get me. It could be me being paranoid, and maybe he has checks and balances in place to make sure that that doesn't happen. It's just my worry. Stellar to Alex Jimenez. Mbuemu. Down to Alex Jimenez! Ooh, almost 7. Almost 7 before halftime. Here's an interesting question now. I know that if you forfeit a game, you automatically lose that game 3-0. So in this case, where it's 6-0 up, if you forfeit this game, if you just throw in the white towel and say, we're not playing the next half, we forfeit, would it go down as a 6-0 beating? Or would it go down as a 3-0 beating? Like, probably West Ham would end up getting fined for it. But I'm just curious what would actually end up happening there. Because I know you're allowed, I know in theory, you are allowed to do it. You'll get fined, your ass will get fined to $10 too. But I know what? Okay, the game in hand. I was wondering how we were there. But yeah, I'd be guessing the same. Maybe it would stay at 6. I'd say they still get their ass fined to $10 too. But it'd be interesting all the same. I don't know of anyone that's ever done it. Ooh, free kick for Paz. Bruno! Oh, what a save! I have to do a bit of work with this microphone too. My peaks are kind of getting ripped off a bit. Some non-league team were 7-0 down to the rivals at halftime and just didn't come out for the second half. I don't know what happened after that. Yeah, well, you'd assume they'd get majorly fined for it, because obviously the fans came to end up watching it and the whole lot, so you would assume that ended up happening. But it's just an interesting kind of case study, and someone who knows more about football law would be able to give an answer to that question. But it's just interesting. Well, it doesn't surprise me that much, but it's interesting that they don't have a forfeits situation put into this game. Okay, let's make a couple of substitutions. Sesko, you've done well for us, but we need to take you off, my friend, and we're going to put on Rasmus Højlund to give them the option. Paz, we're going to keep on because you have your 2 goals. Rashford, we're going to keep on because you have 2 goals. Mbuemu, we're going to take you off and put Ahmad on. Dogu, we're going to take you off and put Saba on. And Alex Jimenez, we're going to take you off and put Willie on. So 4 changes on the 60th minute, and we'll see what ends up happening. Segal kind of forfeited the final. It's called instant result made. I mean, yeah, well, that's you giving up managing it, to be fair, yeah. And I think the only reason they added in the instant result is because they knew everyone was doing it off of the SAS skin. But, I mean, the African Cup of Nations, they definitely, the minute they went off the pitch, they definitely should have forfeited. I don't know what ended up happening with that. I haven't been paying attention to it. Did they get fucking fined or something for that? Or what ended up happening? Has it? Oh, interesting. It's interesting to me that it was always on console and not on PC. Weird that you'd extract such a simple mechanic from the PC version. Or maybe it was on FM24 and I'm blind as a bat and didn't see it. And just could only end up figuring it out after the SAS skin was put in. James Ward-Prowse. I know he's gone to Burnley too. The deal has been done. And I know supposedly Burnley are only paying 40% of his wage, which has a couple of West Ham fans nettled. Ooh, penalty. Okay, who do we give the penalty to? I mean, I say that as if I don't know who I'm giving it to. We should give either Nico Paz or Marcus Rashford their hat-trick. We should do that. That would be the right thing to do. The right thing to do would be to give Nico Paz or Marcus Rashford their hat-trick. That would be the right thing to do. But the problem is I'm an asshole and I never do the right thing. So Rasmus, go on, have your goal. Unless the game overshadows me and gives it to one of the hat-trick heroes or bracers. Because it could overshadow me and give it to one of the bracers, but no, I gave it to Hoyland. Hubris crack. Hubris crack. That's hubris crack. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. That's unbelievable. We shot up that goalkeeper's rating to 7.8 as a result of that penalty. And Rasmus is at a 6.2. I mean, in theory, I should take Rasmus off now. I'm genuinely upset. I mean, he's not bad. He should have been able to get that penalty in the whole lot, but crikey, Rasmus. Well, that's what I get for putting faith in you. But again, 6-1 isn't a bad result. And for the next 15 minutes, I'm top of the league until Arsenal come back and end up taking over. Although, in theory, they could lose to Brentford. I don't see it happening, but in theory, they could lose to Brentford. I mean, I don't care. Let us pay the 5 million to bloody Leipzig. Benjamin's been playing fantastic for us. I mean, that's me being a bit of an ass to Ilya. It wasn't a miracle. He has the ability to do it. He's done it before. Garnacho's after helping João Pedro pick up the victory. When João Pedro scored 2 goals, like, it's meant to stop doing that. Come on, tough. Fuck. I have it coded to... I have it coded for it not to do that. I mean, Spurs are close on our tails too, but I don't think they're going to end up closing the goal difference. But that's beautiful. We're top of the league for now because Arsenal have bottled already. Now, we'll see what ends up happening later into the league. But Pep losing to Brentford gives us a bit of leeway, especially considering we lost to them. We need to be in better condition the next time we face them. Losing to Arsenal is one of the reasons why we bought Edison. Ooh, it wants me to pay Senny Lamans. The King, Senior Max Verstappen. It does, doesn't it? It's one hell of a beat. Whoever came up with that, to be honest, deserves a raise. Like, if I was becoming a wrestler, I'd find out whoever created that and go straight to them and get them to make one for me. Genuinely. Because it's such a bop. Ruben Diaz is out for 2 months for City. Interesting. Actually, who is the City manager now? I think we checked it, didn't we? If I remember correctly, the City manager was Luis Enrique, yeah. So Luis Enrique left PSG for City. Arne Slot left Liverpool for PSG. And Mikel Arteta left for PSG, isn't it? No, he's a free agent. Okay. How did he become a free agent? Was he sacked? No. Oh, no. It was mutual termination and they signed Pep instead. That's what it was. Then signed for Tony Khan and sit at home fulfilling vignettes for the whole of your contract. We'll see what ends up happening. There's a worry that my interim Chelsea manager, who came in and won the Champions League and then pissed off and never really managed again. Okay, interesting. I don't watch as I said before, I don't watch F1 that much, unfortunately, so I know absolutely nothing about it. So I do need to learn more about it. I don't mind F1. It's just the time scale and the whole lot is too off for me. And that would be the type of thing I'd have to watch in a pub with a couple of companions. Or on a live stream like this. But how do we go about this? Champions League. Rasmus is injured, so we shan't be using you. Victor Rook is on international duty. Benjamin Sesko up front. I forgot that the reason why it's saying Senny Lamans is not because it's recommending Semi Lamans as our substitute goalkeeper. It's because Edison isn't registered for the Champions League because the fucking game screwed me at the window and didn't let me end up putting him into it. 2016 beat Hamilton to the championship and didn't want to take any more risks. To be honest, he's bloody well right to do it. Like, who's the made a movie about him, the F1 racer who ended up getting his face burnt. Nicky Lauda. Like, when you see about Nicky Lauda, you can't blame anyone. Now, I know it's nowhere near as dangerous as it was during Nicky Lauda's time. But at the same point in time, like, you don't want to be taking that type of risk. So, like, you know, you take your time and you go with that. But I know there was a movie made on it. I don't know what that movie was called. So, Nicky Lauda movie. So, Rush. The movie Rush. If you haven't watched Rush, go and watch Rush. Honestly, it's an unbelievable movie. Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Baral do an exquisite job in that goddamn movie. It is unbelievable. Well acted and well put together. I recommend it to absolutely everyone who can watch it. I like Hamilton sticking around like a stale fart when everyone's smelling him enough to know what's all he can do. Now they're useless. Like FF, the fart doesn't even stink anymore. What's the point? Do you think that's the case with Hamilton? Do you think Hamilton has lost all of his muster? Because I've talked to a couple of people about it, and they think it's just the car. No, it could very much be that Hamilton has just lost all of his luster and is just a pale imitation of his former self. But do you actually think that's the case? It's both Carr and him. Fair enough. I cannot argue with that. I cannot argue with that. I do not know enough about it. Every time I've seen him, he looks like a man that could still have it. But I cannot argue with that statement. With the number of young drivers now with better cars, his chances of winning another's low. Yes, well, I know that. Especially with the way that the G-forces and the whole lot are coming into the game, and the whole lot, as he gets older, there's less chance he'll be able to function at the same level that he was at before. I understand all of that, but we'll see what ends up happening. Okay. So... we can't take Rashford or Paz off. Definitely not Paz with the way he's been performing. So we go Sesko, Rashford, Nico, Ahmad, Menu, Decat, Saba, Ilya Zambrani, Lenny Oro, Willy Kwambwala, and Seni Lemans. And we'll see how we end up doing. It's Bayern Leverkusen. We should be grand. But just in case we aren't, cross your fingers and your toes for me. Ooh. They're after showing an image of Finn Balor there for WWE 2K26. And they've fixed his body, that the abs are actually slightly out of whack. So that's interesting to see that they've done that. Anyway, no point me looking at that. They have Noah Apatu in goals. Interesting. Other than that, everyone here is about normal. Jarrell Quinn-Lash, Schick, Patrick Schick. They still have Alex Tape. Interesting. Or no, they didn't have Alex Tape originally. Who did it was West Ham that bought Alex Tape, wasn't it? Or Alexel's tape. Let me see. Oh no, he's still with Bayern Leverkusen. I could have sworn someone bought him. Okay, never mind. Might actually look at him. I knew this game. Thank you for screwing me. You could have warned me that I had 3 empty spots game. Anyway, never mind. When you're on about the Money in the Bank winner, what are you on about up? Or did I say something and it just go over my head? Balor? No, not a chance. I don't think so, anyway. I don't think there's a chance of him getting the Money in the Bank. Like, honestly, I don't think they're going to do it. I don't know who's going to win the Rumble tonight. But I'd love if Balor won the Rumble. Came out as a demon and won the Rumble. Considering Sammy is no longer in it, it changes everything. So we'll see what ends up happening tomorrow night when it comes down to the Rumble. Again, personally, I'd end up giving it to Obafemi, but it's probably going to be Braun Breaker. Probably going to be Braun Breaker and then go CM Punk versus Breaker at Mania. Or make Seth Rollins a surprise entrant in the Elimination Chamber and have him win the chamber and beat it off Punk. And then you have Rollins versus Breaker at WrestleMania. If he's fit. I know an awful lot of people for some reason want Roman to win it. That I don't understand. I don't know why people want Roman to win it. Ahmad really unlucky to ricochet off of the both bars there. Schick. Ooh, they have Samadic. Lars Samadic. Interesting. Remind me if he comes onto the pitch to look at Axel Tap. Okay, come on. We need to get something out of this. We played with Fire and Brimstone in the game before this. Yoro up to Saba. Saba to Rashford. Rashford. Ooh, kicked out there. And Willie up there. Ahmad got it. Willie Kumbala to Ahmad. Ahmad. And Benjamin Sheshko goes again. Yes, the Royal Rumble is tomorrow, Senior Up. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Irish time because it's in Saudi Arabia. 7 p.m. start time. AJ Styles versus Gunter. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. The Women's Royal Rumble and the Men's Royal Rumble. And SmackDown tonight ended with Cody and Sami Zayn holding up the title. So be interested to see what happens and how Cody screws Sami. Yeah, no, I butchered my words, unfortunately. I've never claimed, without full reason, to being an intelligent person. Anyway, we're doing okay in this game. Being 1-0 up is nice when they've had 0 shots on target. Maybe hoping for a wee bit more off of them. Oh, Benfica 1-0 up versus PSV. Very rarely up. I keep an eye on it more than watching it. So, like, I know who some of the champions are at the moment. I liked... Oh, Nathaniel, you need to do better than that. Or Nathan, you need to do better than that. That's an atrociously bad attempt. Like, I watched after the fact that Tommaso Ciampa ended up debuting over there. His graphic looks good in the whole lot. I know an awful lot of people won't give a crap about this. I personally have a problem of team songs with long entries to it. Like, one of the reasons I don't like the Aleister Black song is because it takes significantly too long to get to the beat of it, as a point of which run-ins are almost impossible for Aleister Black to do in a song be recognizable. Damian Priest has the same problem. Finn Balor kind of has the same problem. Tommaso Ciampa, his song doesn't start for 30 seconds into it. You almost want to have your song start 5 seconds into it, or even quicker than that if you're able to do it. It's why Austin's glass shattering is so great, because you just hear the glass shatter and the song immediately ends up going through. It's kind of why I like the AEW version of Daniel Bryan's song. AEW Bryan Danielson. Yeah, this song. It's kind of why I really like this song. I've added it to the queue. Here we go. Because, like, it has the regular, Ride of the Valkyries, which is just a brilliant beat-up song anyway, and then just goes, although that is an annoyingly quiet version of that song. Matty, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious for you, my friend? I hope the crack is treating you 90. How is your evening treating you? Is the weekend looking fine? Are you excited to see Manchester United versus Fulham? How is all going with you, my friend? Okay. Did you only dump me out? Knock me out. It's all right now. Now I'm so proud. I was born for greatness. Crack, my friend. It's all going grand. I hope the crack is treating you well. I hope it is 90. It is more than 90. It is over 90, my friend. Also, by the way, those of you that are anime fans, what do you think of Dragon Ball announcing Dragon Ball Super Beerus? I know there's an awful lot of people losing their head about it. I don't have a problem with them remastering Super because it's effectively Dragon Ball Super Kai, and people have been wanting them to do that for a while, and they're not remaking it from the ground up. They're adding a couple of scenes to improve the writing and then improving some of the artwork, which is beautiful because definitely the Frieza arc, whatever the fuck that one's called, needed a facelift. But even the Battle of Z content that was done in the anime needed to be done. Now I will say, and this is probably going to be one of the ones where people argue with me. There's one scene where that they changed, and I don't particularly like it. When after Beerus hits, spoilers by the way, after Beerus hits Bulma, Vegeta ends up going nuts and goes into Ultra Rage Super Saiyan. And when he does it, now it looks wonky because the eyes are all wrong and the whole lot, but his eyes go pure white. Let me see if I can get the comparison. Super Beerus. Okay, so the original one, and I'll see if I'm able to find the other one as well, so you might need to bear with me on this, but the original one looked like this. Okay, so the original one looked like this. Vegeta's eyes were marked out on the whole lot. He kind of looked like that afterwards. And the new one, did they have any showcase of it? Well, it looks a bit more like that, but they have the actual Super Saiyan glint in his eye. Yeah, they've done that, kind of. They've added the Super Saiyan glint into his eye. So, that type of thing. So they're making subtle changes to it that are nice. So we'll see what ends up happening. If you watch the trailer, that's one of the bits they end up showing up. Personally, I would have preferred that stay white to showcase the anger of how things are going in that scene. But hey, that's being incredibly nitpicky. But it does look nice, the changes they've ended up putting in. It looks a lot closer to the new art style they're going with. And the new art style they're going with is much better than the super art style. It makes me excited for the Galactic Patrol arc. I'll admit that. Have I just been speaking so much shite now that people have stopped listening to me? Probably. No, not that. No. Screw it. I'm in the mood to change to different music. I have to put on wrestling team songs, to be honest. You said to remind you if to sub someone on. Yeah, they haven't subbed him on yet. Thanks, though. Alex Tape. I'll look at him after the match anyway if he's not subbed on, but they haven't subbed him on yet. Because I don't know what age he is in this one, or if he's any good, so I'm just curious. Because I know he can be good. No bother, Senior Duck. And Paz! Oh, Paz has lit his fuel. The fire is sparked in the belly of the beast. Finally, after him having a bit of a rough start, Paz has arrived. Nico Paz has arrived and is starting to click on all cylinders. He is, he has to be our top goal scorer at the moment, I think. In all competitions. He has to be. I'll check it after this. He has to be our top goal scorer. Now, to be fair, Bruno has also scored a hat-trick, but just in the last 4 games alone, he's probably scored more goals than well, he's definitely scored more goals than Evan Ferguson or Rasmus Højlund combined. And Ahmad with the triple assist. Wait, we didn't make any subs, did we? No, we probably should make some subs. Also, just being a dick putting Evan Ferguson on for 7 minutes, but still. I just messing about. I don't really watch anime or Dragon Ball Z. Oh, don't worry about it. Mess around all you want to. I'll just be an ass and over-explain my positioning to try and change your mind, even though you have no interest in it. Because that's what I'm like. I do it on fucking everything. It's one of the reasons why people find me unbearable. It's one of the reasons why my friend group is as minuscule as my... No, sorry, but that's meant to be private information. Self-deprecation. Nothing. I said nothing. You can't prove it. It's one of the reasons why my friend group is as small as my ego. As my ego up. That's what I said. My ego. By the way, remember, before anything else, by the way, just remember that I am stupid sexy crack. The most humble person in the world. I was recommended Full Metal Alchemist, never seen the anime before. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood up is currently rated as the #1 anime of all time. Close behind that is Frieren, which is currently coming out at the moment. Here's a little wicket. I am of the opinion that you should watch Full Metal Alchemist first. Now, it does mean you're watching the same show twice, because Brotherhood is a remake of Full Metal. Because what happened is back in 2002, I think? Let me check it. So back in 2003, when the manga was released in 2001, back in 2003, they announced that they were going to do an anime adaptation of Full Metal Alchemist. And they did. But when they ended up doing the animated version of Full Metal Alchemist, beforehand the mangaka was releasing it weekly and it was going at a breakneck speed. It slowed down and they caught up to the anime. So they went off in an entirely different direction, and the original Full Metal Alchemist anime comes to a particular point in time where the anime caught up to it and then diverges into an entirely different plot. I heavily recommend people watch that show. It is not prophesized as much as Brotherhood, because Brotherhood as a complete story is near perfect. But I love the original Full Metal Alchemist. I love it. I am a staunch believer that everyone should watch that as well. And I think you get more out of Brotherhood if you watch Full Metal first, especially considering there's one scene in Full Metal that's done in Brotherhood, but done infinitesimally better in the original, because it has more time to it and gives you 2 or 3 episodes before it happens. For those of you that have watched Brotherhood, I'm on about episode 4. Full Metal Jacket isn't an anime. Full Metal Jacket is a movie. That's a war movie, isn't it? Or am I getting that mixed up with something else? Yeah, the 1987 movie, Full Metal Jacket. That's the scene where everyone who has ever thought of a military sergeant thinks of that movie. It's also one of the movies that made Vincent D'Onofrio a bloody legend. An actor I love in my head. No, you didn't have me there. No, I love that movie. I think it's one of Vincent D'Onofrio's best performances, and why I'm excited to see Daredevil Born Again Season 2, because according to D'Onofrio, he gets more into the kind of rough and tumble aspects of the Kingpin's character when that comes out on the 27th of February. So it'll be interesting to see how that ends up going as well. But yes, so basically the whole point of that rant, Senior Up, was I recommend watching Full Metal Alchemist first and then watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But if you A, don't have the time, or B, don't care, just watch Brotherhood. I mean, technically speaking, it is an anime. Anime is meant to be equated around the things that are made in Japan, but that's not the actual quote of the word. So yes, SpongeBob technically is an anime, more cartoon than anime. But like, I love SpongeBob. So you're preaching to the choir on that one, Maddie. You're preaching to the choir on that one. I love that show. I think they have lowered down in terms of the creativity they've been doing. But at the same point in time, I love it. It's the same way as I love The Simpsons. And in fact, I think The Simpsons has gotten back, and I know this is an incredibly controversial opinion, but I think The Simpsons is almost back to where it was in the original 7 series. I know that's a bonkersly controversial opinion, but I genuinely, the last couple of seasons of The Simpsons have been ridiculously well animated. The stories have been very, very well executed. I genuinely think it's been very, very, very good. I know they're like Simpsons now, unfortunately, is all parodies of current affairs, musicians' lives, movies, that type of stuff. Technically, it depends on your classification of cartoon, because of the way that they're drawn and the style at which they're done. No. So cartoon has been commonly referred to as the slapstick referral phase. It's promiscuous humor. It's kid shows. So a cartoon is more Mickey Mouse Funhouse, more Looney Tunes, and anime is more story related. So you don't typically see long winding stories go on the Mickey Mouse Funhouse. It's the same thing of, isn't a soap opera technically just a series? Yes, but a soap opera is a continual story that continues on through year-long elements, very rarely stops, and has progression through real time. It's kind of same thing, different. It's kind of like fruits, same spice, different color. Like, technically speaking, animated movies, Frozen is the same as Dragon Ball Z Super Broly. They're both animated movies, but one is an anime due to the way that they're done and the characteristics and stories of which it's put behind it, where they're created, the whole way they're gone about. Like, it's just terminology more than anything else. But yes, I don't blame you for the comment. Did Craic just equate to Simpsons being similar to the JoJo standards? I did fucking not. I did not equate it to JoJo. Although, with that being said, I need to give Jojo a proper watch again, because I wouldn't feel comfortable rating Jojo's at the moment. Matty Chill's starting to sound like a video game incite violence. That kind of baloney. Kinda, yeah. I mean, because I'm winning the league on Football Manager, surely now I should be hired for the United job. You know? Although, to be fair, there was that buck. What French team did he go to where he actually did go on a monstrous winning streak when he was hired as the FM manager? I know he's been sacked since, because he actually went to a different spot and it went mediocre and they sacked him. But who was that bloke that basically was the FM manager? Is that Will Sten still? Yeah, okay, must be him. Yeah, he was the one that was known. And got sacked from Southampton. Although I don't actually think he done that bad with Southampton. I think Southampton just ran a bit quicker with him. I don't think they gave him the levity that he needed, considering they knew when they hired him what he was like. 33 years of age. Yeah. Southampton for, what was it, 12 games or something like that? No, so May, and was dismissed in November. He's out of work at the moment. I wonder if he'll get anywhere after that. Signed on a 3-year contract. His first competitive game was in August. So he signed in May. Yeah, August. 2-1 victory to Wrexham. On November was dismissed following a 2-0 loss to Preston. He left the club with 2 league wins in 13 matches, leaving them 21st. Yeah. So I suppose maybe that's enough to sack him. 25% win rate at Southampton. But to be fair, he had a 43% win rate at Lens. He had a 31% win rate at Reims. He had a 38% win rate at Bearscott, and he had a 77% win rate at Lierse. So, I don't know. He's always had a bit of a mediocre win rate, but, he's 33. He probably still could end up coming in. But Thomas Tuchel always goes to United. I don't know, maybe FM just likes it, but Thomas Tuchel always goes to United. It was like that in FM 24 as well. You'll never, if you don't take United, Thomas Tuchel will eventually end up taking United. I know Robbo, Big Robbo, what is the rest of Robbo's bloody name? You know, the streamer, Robbo. Is he streaming at the moment? No. Yeah, Big Robbo 14. He is actually streaming at the moment. Why didn't it come up? Big Robbo 14. In his save, Tuchel ended up becoming the manager of United, got sacked, and then became the manager of Ipswich. So yeah, there's that. So, shit happens. He's with Salford at the moment. I say that. probably a stream that's much more interesting than mine. There's 154 people watching him at the moment, so, go over to him if you want to. 157. Or don't. I'm trying to get rid of you twits. Okay. Edison in goal anyway. Victor Rook is back but is tired. Of course I'm messing with you up. I love you all. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I hate you all equally. Nico Paz has to play. Ferguson's kind of running out of time, isn't he? Yeah, go on. Ferguson, so even though Sesko's doing leaps and bounds. I'll be attempting just because you said I'll stick around out of pure spite. Well, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to form unity. Unity through absenteeism. Unity through neglect. I find it's the best way to get people to follow you is to just be a complete asshole. As they say, treat them mean and keep them keen. Doesn't work, by the way. At all. Doesn't fucking work at all. Mbuemu on for Rashford. No. What worked for Logan Paul was money. What worked for Logan Paul was let's see if I can find it. There should be a search option on channel points. Or to be honest, I should just put it down as a button here. But what worked for Logan Paul was this. Is Rasmus fit? I don't think so. Oh, he is. Okay, weird. Then in that case, Mount there. Did that play? Blurp. Did that play for anyone? Okay, weird. Didn't come true for me. Normally I'd hear it. Do I have it muted or something? Okay, whatever. We'll worry about it later on. Like I said in your last stream, I took over Tyrolean Belgium League. They finished bottom of the table last 2 seasons. I have them in second, and I even beat Anderlecht and Ghent. I got destroyed by Club Bruges, though. Hey, at the end of the day, okay, it didn't work. I was wondering. I'll try it again, just to see, because it should be working. If I can find the fucking thing. Give us a second. Oh, okay. But hey, again, at least we get to hear the beginning of Shane McMahon's absolutely epic song. In fact, yeah. Those of you that know me know what's after happening there, but never mind. Saba will be on instead of Patrick, but we'll swap Patrick up here. And then...
It's a direction you can fuck!
That to me, Maddie. That to me. I feel so loved. I actually think... I actually think... I'm going to do something majorly stupid. I'm going to go with that instead. Oh, yes, thank you. You're a gent and a scholar up for reminding me. Leverkusen. Noah, Quinlesh, Grimaldo. Grimaldo's actually meant to be fairly good, even though he's 32. Stat-wise, he's grand. Alex Tape. He's shite. Nice no. Luca Nets too. I used to get him all the time in my old saves. Why is he outside of the viewing scope? Interesting. Must be because we're in the middle of the match proceedings. Anyway, even though this is probably a mistake, we're going to go and we're going to give Matty Craic a go, considering that last loan ended up making him look particularly good. And we might end up giving him some time to actually improve a bit. So we'll put him on. Mason Mount is whinging about not getting minutes, but we'll try and put him on later on anyway if we can. We won't, because I don't think Mason Mount is even on the bench, is he? Stellar, Mount. No. Okay, Mount, you're staying there. And yeah, we're going to go with this team and see how we do. Hoyland up front. Mbuemu, Nico Paz, Ahmad, Nathan the Cat, Kislak, Saba, Ilya Zambrani, Delict, and Alex Jimenez and Edison. Yes, he's there, Matty. He's not actually that good either, unfortunately. But I think he's something like 28 too. 25. Yeah. Like, he's okay. He's okay, but for the money that's there and the age that he is and the fact that he won't improve that much, he's not worth it for us, especially considering we have Nico Paz and Bruno. Really? Interesting. I normally went for Archie Gray myself, which is funny because Archie Gray is now morphed into kind of a right back. Anyways, in we go now, and let's see how we do versus the mighty Fulham. Can I get a result out of Fulham? Can I get a result that Manchester United will hopefully end up getting this weekend? The only way to know is to see. May the crack come with us, and may the love end up coming through us. Emerson Royale. They have Emerson Royale back, interesting, and Harry Wilson in. So, our last Premier League game was against the mighty West Ham, who we walloped 6-1. Can we get an similar result in this one? We shall see. Was surprised it's been working. Why? I mean, he's not a bad player. Like, even here, he's not a bad player. I'm being a bit of a snob because obviously United in this particular save and in general are one of the best teams in the world, and he's slightly yeah, but like Channel Forward isn't bad. And like, he isn't a bad player, so like, I'm not surprised that he wouldn't work for you. But hey, to each their own. Well, they have Alex Iwobi. And more up front. Well, I know that everyone just used advanced forward in last FM, but yeah. Oh, god damn it. Tsukasas is probably going to have the best performance of his life, too. In Guatemala! Guatemala's in Mexico, isn't it? Or is there another Guatemala? Because I know as a wrestling fan, I've heard Guatemala Marine, what is it? Guatemala Marine, Mexico, or something like that. Is it? Okay. Because I know for a fact I've heard Guatemala, Mexico. Ah, okay, fair enough. Because I know I've heard that as a wrestling entrance anyway, turning around saying, hailing from Guatemala something, Mexico. Again, one of my many kryptonites is geography. No, well, we'll see. Maybe that's a surprise stream. It's not, by the way, but maybe that's a surprise stream. Oh, why is that playing again? I like that song, but crikey, we're not playing it on repeat. Oh! Look at this by Ahmad. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, look at this by Ahmad. The disrespect. Oh, that is nasty. That is nasty. There's no way he gets it, but that's because it's not counted as the goal. That's one of the nicest assists I think I've ever seen done in this game. That is bloody nasty. Oh. Goes to the last game of the season to decide if I get relegated or not. Well, good luck, my friend. Hopefully you don't get relegated. Wait, did Cherokee get a goal like that? I nobody really looked at it. Because I know Cherokee hasn't really had the year that people were expecting off of him. Oh, okay. I didn't see it, so I can't call. Well, I might have seen it, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. I just know since he's joined City and all of the appearances he's had versus United, he hasn't been the player that he's wanted to be. Oh, okay, happy out. But City, it's hard to bloody know what's good and not, because this is an underwhelming season for City. But like, that's the sad thing about it. Like, I've been saying it to a ton of people. Haaland this season seems underwhelming, and yet he's still on what is it? Almost at this point, 20 goals. He's close to 20 goals already, or has he passed 20 goals? Like, and he's having an underwhelming season. So with City, the sad thing about it is their standard is so high that an underwhelming season for them is a good season for someone else. Like Ryan Cherki has felt underwhelming at City, and as you've just stated there, 9 goals, 9 assists. That's anything but underwhelming. That's phenomenal. But like, you don't see people chiming about the excellent performances that Ryan Cherki is having. If you get what I mean. Oh, but I'm not arguing that he's had a bad season, Duck, at all. I'm just saying that because he's with City, this is what United used to be. Like, that's why people end up looking at people like Roy Keane and saying, sure, Roy Keane was literally just a battler. Roy Keane wasn't that good of a player. Roy Keane was just batter the crap out of people and be a captain. People don't take into consideration Roy Keane was one of the best midfielders in the goddamn world when he was playing. Never mind anything else. He just was one of the best midfielders at the time that he was playing. You know, stat-wise and the whole lot. Some City players have that unfortunate problem at the moment that the team is so good around them that when the entirety of the team is underperforming, it just feels like they are as well, even though they're not. If you get what I mean. Or maybe I'm overanalyzing this completely and I'm just being a donkey. And my bias against City is coming true. I'm second bottom away to the bottom of the group for the last game. Well, good luck, my friend. Hopefully you end up getting by it, and the away presence issue that FM typically ends up happening, where the away team becomes gods when you need them not to, doesn't end up happening to you. Okay. Well, Mbuemo's coming off anyway for Rashford. De Ligt is coming off for Euro. And let's shout at them. Okay, let's see how we do in this half. He was a great goal-scoring midfielder at Forest. Who? Who was a great goal-scoring midfielder at Forest? More box-to-box. Oh, you're on about Roy Keane, yeah. More box-to-box at United, but an injury screwed his recovery run back to... So he played deeper after. So, oh, yeah, but that's just what I mean. Like, but there's it's the same thing. Like, unfortunately, that particular class of United players are ironically some of the most egotistical, humble people you'll ever meet in the world. Like their ego is massive when it comes down to the ball knowledge they end up having, but their refusal to talk about their own achievements is astonishing. Like Paul Scholes sat on the Insider. No, what's the show where they have all the fans there? I think it's the Insider. Paul Scholes sat on the Insider and was talking to some Arsenal player. I don't think it was Vieira, but some Arsenal player. And the Arsenal player turns around to Scholes and says, sure, how many Premier Leagues have you won? Wasn't it 4? Paul Scholes has 11 Premier League titles. 11! And people think that he had 4. Because Paul Scholes doesn't shout about his achievements. Like Gary Neville is probably one of the best right backs the Premier League has ever seen. And he doesn't chant about his own achievements, so nobody really comments about it, you know? The same with Ryan Giggs, although you can't really talk about Ryan Giggs. But you kind of know what I mean? They're ironically some of the most egotistical, humble people you'll ever meet in your life. Was it Carragher? Maybe it was Carragher. I thought it was someone from Arsenal. But it doesn't really bloody matter. You get my point. And even though they're all egotists in their stats and the whole lot, like turning around stating with bloody Lissandro Martinez, they're egotists when it comes down to their opinion on stuff that has nothing to do with their own career. They refuse to actually talk about their own careers, and as a result of which, you have the likes of Gary Neville. Gary Neville in particular is the one that got hit the hardest, because you have Jamie Carragher ripping for years that Gary Neville wasn't that good of a left back. right back. And as a result of which, you have people turning around saying, sure, Micah Richards was a better defender than you, Gary Neville. I know people are saying that in jest, but, like, I love Micah Richards as a pundit, as a bloody player. Like, that's why you have to be careful of your own narrative. Like, there are some people who, and to be honest, all of them deserve to have their head checked. There are some people who try to make the opinion that Gabby Abonglahor was a better striker than Wayne Rooney, which I fucking love the absurdity of that statement. Like, the words Gabby Abonglahor and better should not be used in the same sentence, no matter what you're talking about. Good luck, Up. I hope you end up winning it. And Carragher is better at putting in his own goal than the opposition. I think Carragher has the record for the most amount of own goals ever scored in the Premier League. I think he has scored something like nine own goals. Now, with that being said, I think Gary's is 7. I think Rio's is 5 or something like that. Like, you know, to be honest, that I don't mind that in a defender, because it shows that you're willing to fight for the ball. Like, if you're in the area and the ball ricochets off you into an own goal, then that makes sense. Although in Carragher's place, he literally has a goal where he turned to the back of the fucking ball and shot into the goal. So yeah, I found the clip. I think the reason why you got confused was because they were talking about Henry winning 2 Premier Leagues with Arsenal. Okay, fair enough, Matty. That makes sense. Oh yeah, Gabby Abonglahor. Yeah, like Gabby. I still remember when Gabby was playing at this point, because Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher had mentioned this, that Gabby Abonglahor was playing for Aston Villa. And in one half, Gabby Abonglahor had 3 touches of the ball, and one of them was the kickoff. I like you find that clip if you want to. It's bloody hilarious, because Carragher loses his shit when he states that statement that Gabby ended up having 3 touches of the ball and one of them was the kickoff. Well, hopefully you're able to end up coming back from it, seeing you're up. Change to an ultra attacking formation and go Bob's your uncle. You deserve it, big man. Go for it. You can keep an eye on him all you want to. You're not getting him. Although, yeah, he's on 32. You're not getting him. You can kiss the rightest side of my left ass cheek. A fantastic footballer. Hopefully he continues to develop. We'll look into that. Yeah, well, who cares? John Eustace suggests that your team is amongst the leading candidates for... Oh, yeah. He's looking at the bloody board, isn't he? We're first. What the bloody hell does he think? What a ridiculous statement. Oh, United are going to end up getting continental football. We're first. What the fuck do you think we're getting? Well, no, to be fair, we say that at one particular point in time, Sunderland were 3rd. Where are they now? I think they're 11th. Are Sunderland down that low yet? Sunderland are 11th. Bloody hell! I'm a man that pays attention to the shit I'm not paying attention to. Okay. Yeah, interesting fight for relegation. Whatever, don't care. Jed Spence, who I heard someone turn around and try to tell. I thought this. Someone tried to convince me that Jed Spence was from the US. He's English. Like, does Jed Spence have some American? Oh, that's just the thing. Because someone tried to convince me that Jed Spence was American. I don't think he has any American in him. Unless I'm wrong and he does. happy out, my friend. Now all you need to do is go and win it. Go and win it, my friend. No, because he's English, Kenyan, and Jamaican. I don't know. Maybe they must have been thinking of someone else from bloody Tottenham. That's what I was saying to you. They head over till the fat lady sings. And I don't plan on singing today. Rowan, my friend, thank you so much for the raid. You are a gent and a scholar. What is a crack-a-lackin', my friend? Let us know how the stream ended up going for you. A pleasure to have you in. For those of you that are just after coming in with Rowan, I am Craic Attack, also known as Craic. I am a variety streamer who does Football Manager, Shimigami Tensei, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Kingdom Hearts, Stellaris, and a plethora of other stuff. But today I'm here with the save that I started with in the beta, and I've been continuing on with since. We're in the third season with Manchester United. We are the reigning defending champions of Europe, but we failed to do anything in the league. So now we are attempting to end up doing well in the league, and we are currently first. So we're doing okay, but we have a Carabao Cup match coming up against City now as well. So we need a bit of luck on that one, but hopefully it will all go well. FM Tactus, pleasure to end up coming into you. Let's end up doing it with gumption and firepower, because it is Rowan, it's a pleasure to end up saying hello to you. Blue Lion, hello, my friend. We got second in the Bundesliga, won the DFB Polalka against Stutzberg. Amazing stream. Pleasure to hear it, my friend, that it's going well. Pleasure to hear that you've won the competition as well. Happy to hear that it is going fantastic. Paul, it's a pleasure to have you in as well. Look, Smilewis. Up 3-2-1, we have to be happy. The Up was losing 2-0 in his match to avoid relegation in his FM game that's going at the moment, so we need to have congratulations there. And Rowan, of course, you might get to enjoy my level of craziness next Wednesday, should it end up fitting you, if you're joining myself and Kickert at the peak. I think Kick was saying you might be available on Wednesday, but we shall see then. But it's fantastic to hear that the stream has been going brilliant for you. Let's hope that it continues to do so. The next time you end up going live, that you were able to get to the top of the Bundesliga, and all shall continue epically in its advancements for you. I have to say, too, I haven't heard much about it, but IRL, I wonder if the deal that the Bundesliga did with Mark Goldbridge's That Football and the overview and all that has actually been working out well for them to pay all of the influencers to watch their matches. Like, if you go to That's Football at the moment, which I'm not telling you to do, by the way, but if you go to That's Football at the moment, they are streaming games. Now, not the actual footage of the game, but they're watching games. They're doing watch-alongs. Like, they're doing watch-alongs of the Bundesliga games. They're being sponsored by the Bundesliga to watch along Bundesliga games. Which is interesting. Interesting. Not 100% yet, but there's a big chance I'll be there on Wednesday. No bother, my friend. Whenever it ends up suiting you, join away. Did you hear about our escapades the last time? We ended up going into the jungle biome, and it walloped our arse 10 shades to nothing, but we still reached it to the top of the peak. We have yet to do a stream together where we haven't reached the top. Sorry, let me rephrase that. We have yet to do a stream together where Kick hasn't reached the top. I have attempted to, and I've been there for moral support after dying on multiple occasions. Well, that's where I come in, not having played the game yet. Trust me, my friend, you'll end up enjoying it. The only thing I'll end up reminding you of is, remember that the E button is important. I'm not going to tell you why the E button is important, because you might experience the same thing I experienced, but the E button is important. If you're playing on a mouse and keyboard. If you're playing on controller, I haven't a fucking clue what button you click. But it should be a bit of crack. What is this remix? Oh my god. I love Stronger as a song anyway. This is an unbelievable remix. 2015 workout remix. Oh my god. I forgot this was the playlist I used to use for working out. Oh, unbelievable. But to all of you that ended up coming into it, Rowan, don't feel like you have to converse in the chat. If you want to, I am more than hospitable to talk to you. Don't worry, my bark is as loud as my bite, but the crack is always to be 90, so don't worry. I'll just make fun of you to your face. No bother, my friend. It was a pleasure to have you in here. And again, thank you so much for the raid. Pleasure to hear the stream is going fantastic. Make sure your crack is 90. Remember, I am stupid, sexy crack. Shalonga fool. And as always, Pug Mahone. Adios, amigos. One could say crack is still in free fall for all eternity. Well, to be honest, Arsenal lost! I'm in free fall because I can't believe that Arsenal are bottling even with Pep. Yay! Unbelievable. Beautiful. We finished 3rd out of 6. Was in danger of finishing 6th before that game. I'm happy out that you won it, my friend. That's all that you want. Well, I'll help you if I can do, seeing you're up. What's a crack-a-lackin'? What do you need? What do you want? What do you salivate for? Okay, so we are now in the Carabao Cup. When it says on the club vision to spend the original transfer budget, does that mean spend it all or work within it? Work within it. It is meant to be work within it. But again, I don't know if that's the game being a bit iffy about things as well, because they're meant to move away the transfer budget if it's too much as well. So, you know, it's weird in that way. I'm not taking that risk. Lenny, you're Willie Zambrana. You're not going on either, so we're going to go with Angelo Stellar. The Cat, I love you, my friend, but Bruno, Nico Paz, Ahmad there, and Benjamin Sheshko is going on for this one. Victor Rook is now fit, but the Cat is tired, so we're going to put the Cat down there and replace you with Victor Rook. And then we go back to Mbuemo. So, in the Carabao Cup, let's see how we do. Can we beat our rivals, Manchester City, in the Carabao Cup? We have beaten them already this season. At least I'm almost positive we did. We have faced them already, right? Chelsea, Porto, Villa, Brighton. We haven't. Okay. Fine. Then we go into City, being hosted by Luis Enrique. And we see how we end up doing. Carabao Cup. They might, I don't foresee it, they might go weaker in this game, considering it is the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. They mightn't actually go to the full weight of their capabilities. However, We're not going to take the risk that they are going light. We're going to go the full ham. Now, the one annoyance is I would prefer not to be using Mark Cucurella in this case, but Mark Cucurella isn't bad. And again, we bought him in order to sell him at one particular point in time, and the salary that he's on is pittance. Saba is a little bit tired, as you can see there. Saba probably could end up doing it. But I think we go with Cucurella due to the fitness of it, and we see what ends up happening. Ahmad, although unfortunately isn't 100% fit. With that being the case, I'm actually going to change things up a bit. Ahmad has been performing exceptional, but I think we change to this. Victor Rook, which could be dangerous making this change. Victor Rook there. Nico Paz, Brian Mbuemu, Benjamin Sheshko, Angelo Steller, Bruno Fernandes, Willy Kwambala, Lenny Yoro, Ilya Zambrani, Mark Cucurella, and Edison. Hopefully, this ends up going well. We might need a bit of luck here, guys. I might need you to cross your fingers and your toes for me, and hopefully it ends up going well. So, let the bodies hit the floor. How strong have they gone? Have they gone weaker than we proposed? Or have they gone strong? They've gone weaker than proposed. Still strong. Philip Foden's taken off. Santiago Hayes has been taken off. Rodri on instead of Hayes. That's a much better signing to end up putting down there. Josko Vardiel on instead of Nico O'Reilly, which is much better as well. Savinho instead of Matthias Nunez is probably much better. It argues on where you end up going about it. And then Philip Foden on there for Ryan Cherky and Savinho on. So they've gone a bit of a mixed bag in terms of their strength, but the biggest change that is iffy for us would be, oh my God! Benny, you are a gent and a scholar. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. You did not have to do that. You are an absolute star and a half. Thank you so much. Genuinely, I don't have words. You are a gent, a scholar, and you deserve this. Thank you. I don't know what I've done to deserve such excellence from you, my friend, but genuinely, thank you so much. In the words of the true MLS, you are greatness incarnate, my friend. But how is life treating you? Please, those of you that are around here, if you haven't done so already, give Senior Benakage a follow. I'm not doing this because he ended up giving the 5 gifted subs. I'm doing it because he is genuinely a significant streamer. Recommend him to every single one of you. Please, don't mind the CSGO content. This is from a bygone era where the 1 billion channel points I'm trying to save up on this chat by lurking every night that I can to make him unretire and do it once again. But for now, Senior Benakage, the best there is, the best there was, the best there shall be. Pleasure to have you. I've been troubleshooting the PC for the last 7 hours. The joys of that, my friend. How have you been finding that, and what type of troubleshooting have you been doing? Nessa Nessie Terras. Ah, okay. Is she a streamer as well, Senior Benny? Like, does she stream at the moment? Oh, 2K followers. Last month. Interesting. She's still doing Counter-Strike. Okay. Although, to be honest, the fact that her bio is in Spanish makes me worried about going on to her. Does she probably ends up speaking Spanish in all her streams, does she? But hey, happy out. Maybe Portuguese. Maybe you should do a one and gun, and the two of you should come back together to do commentating. Not a streamer, she's a commentator in Brazil. Story time now. Happy out. That's unbelievable. You've known some big people, Senior Benny. Well, I just checked up her Twitch account there. She does have a Twitch account. She was streaming, it said a month ago. But maybe that's wrong. But hey, happy out. It could just be her commentating, but still, hey, who cares? But anyway, pleasure to end up having you in. Pleasure to end up hearing such excellence that are coming down from you. We'll see what ends up happening now. You came in for a fantastically big match, Senior Benny. You came in for Manchester United versus Man City, 4th round of the Carabao Cup. You did miss us absolutely hammer West Ham 6-1, though, unfortunately. That would have been a nice experience for you to see. But let's see how life ends up going now and whether or not we can do well here. There's a commentator back during the women's CS days. She was not partnered with Gals, who is the big top 1 Brazilian CS streamer. If you're not partnered with him, you can't stream any ESL related event like the ESL Impact Women's Circuit. She's bilingual, so team up to cover the Brazilian League in English. That's unfortunate that CSGO has that put in place. That's horse manure, to be honest. But to be fair, the bilingualness ends up coming down true, and her voice, based on the clip I ended up seeing there, is quite good. So commentary would be a good thing for her to do. I'd love to do commentary at some point in time, but I don't know if I'd be good at commentary. As we've seen that, as Maddie can contest, when I was doing the subtle bits of commentary on the UFC, I am a bit of a contrarian. 6 months later, ESL has a major in Brazil who gets signed to commentate in the arena, Nessa. ESL hire her for almost every event since to do Portuguese commentator. Happy out! Hey, at least it worked out. And she's been doing it since. Do you keep in contact with her, or has it unfortunately fallen through the wayside? She told me after we worked together, she was close to quitting. And I told her she's got to ride it out for 12 months because she had a lot of momentum at the time. Happy out. Genuinely pleasure to end up hearing that. The emote I'm just after getting works wonderful for her. Awesome to end up hearing that that ended up working for her. I love hearing stories like that. Nico Paz has been generational in this stream. He's been generational this stream. Beautiful goal for us. But do you still keep in touch with her now? Yeah, you broke the sub goal as well, Senior Benny. I haven't talked to anyone in CSGO for a while, but she 100% class, deserves all the success because she was doing C 6 nights a week practically. Happy out. You should give a word out to her. I tried to end up doing it. I tried to end up, no, I know you're on about CSGO. I figured you were saying that she was doing CSGO 6 nights a week. But yeah, but like I try to end up contacting people every now and again and keep in contact with them. But people have lives and they don't want to put in the effort as well. So it just dies down eventually. I'm one of those people that'll always try and keep in contact. So once you end up contacting me, by the way, warning for you, once you end up contacting me, I'm like that dirty rash you can't get rid of unless you end up just completely ignoring it. I'm like that wart that'll always appear at the wrong time. Benjamin says, go! Off of the post! By the way, I know I'm saying this 2 hours and 15 minutes into this goddamn stream, but I better ask, how is the audio? Because I hope it's coming through well. I hope there isn't pop or anything coming down on the microphone, which is one of the issues that was happening on bloody TikTok before 15 minutes, and I ended up rage quitting again off the fucking useless cutting prick of a fucking app. So I'm just curious if there isn't any popping or any annoyance that's making it too loud in your ears. I stream booba games now, Craic, so I've been kind of blackmarked by the CS community now since I took a lot of pride in being a woman's only commentator. I mean, that's fine. But, like, at the same point in time, you don't plan on commentating again with CSGO, so the blacklist only matters if you're openly in the community. I know tons of people that have been blacklisted from communities and still talk to people in the communities. They just don't go to events that the communities hosts, or in open play, the community members, for their own security, just don't say that we're members. Because they get harassed or crap like that. So it depends on how you feel about the bloody case, and depends on if you think it's worth talking, you know? Yeah, well, that's fair. If that's your way about it, that's fair. Out of principle, I hate that approach. Out of principle, to the fact of I just in general disagree with that. Not to you, just disagree with that whole feeling of blacklisting and the whole lot. If you've done something in the community, then don't work in the community or blacklist them from working in the community. But personal relationships are an entirely different kettle of fish, and who I keep as my friends shouldn't matter to what I do elsewise. But hey, you know, that's bloody idol. That's idolism in its world. Like that's just idolism. That's just fantasy land. That's just wanting to live in a bloody utopia. Wait, did it have Ben White? They do, huh? I don't stress. The ones that want to hang, stay and hang, just like Schneik. Them and I are still cool. Happy out. Hey, that's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you want. But if it's a case of, and again, I don't know the situation, and I'm not commenting about it, and not my place to shout over the bloody air and the whole lot. But if it's a case of you've just died out because just, you know, you got busy, they got busy, and you're not talking, I'd put out the coolers. Yeah. Then you know yourself. That's all that matters. I love Chandelier, by the way. This song, like this remix isn't actually that good of this song, but I absolutely adore this song. The original version of this song and the whole lot, I adore this song. But yeah, hey, that's all that matters anyway. By the way, Senior Benny, the next time you go live, which set of boobas are you actually ogling the next time you go live? Do you know what I should end up doing? Yay, Victor Rook into the scoring. But do you know what I should end up doing, Benny? By the way, this is in no way to do the joke on you, but just as the point. What I should end up doing is I should change this from me standing up there shouting it to a boobed anime girl shouting it. I've seen the camera angle you put at Action Time, and you definitely ogle. Also, to be fair, Benny, you attempted to stream Stellar Blade. That's nothing but ogling. Now I say that stating that I'm going to purchase Stellar Blade during the next Steam sale, considering I won an award off of Digital Own and I have 80 quid's worth of credits on my Steam account. I shouldn't say that live either because someone will try and hack me. But I'll buy that game the next time we come, and I'll end up streaming the goddamn game so I can look at those beautiful assets. But you know yourself. Because I will openly admit I'm a debaucherous horn dog. We all seen the almost 15 minutes. Yeah, I want to go by Brian Mbemu. What a mistake by James Trafford. But we all seen the almost 15 minutes I spent ogling the magnificent package of Gustav in Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and I'm fucking straight. A good set of assets I'll always appreciate. You do you. Yeah, pretty much. I got a streamer friend to play it, and she only knew it as Booba Game. But after she played it, she said it was really good. Well, it looks fun, to be fair. It's actually just all around a good game, and it irks me that no end people dismiss it because it's a booba game. Yeah, but then again, like, there's loads of that crap. Like, people immediately look at the likes of Honkai Star Rail and put it down because it's a gacha game. It's as if the human brain cannot comprehend what it's like to just have an attractive female lead in a role. Well, there's an awful lot of that too in the current guise that it's people dismiss it as a booba game, not because it's a booba game. I mean, I understand that one, Benny, but that literally means the same thing. Just you're being a grammar Nazi. And I know that's another word that'll get me banned, but you're being a grammar Nazi there. In that particular case, that means the same thing. Fair enough. Whatever. I'm not going to argue with you over grammar. But fine. You get. I knew what that meant anyway. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. In my particular opinion, I think an awful lot of that has to do with the fact that people, like, there's an awful lot of approach now to oglify everyone in gaming, not just women, but like, yeah. There's nothing wrong with beautiful women in anything. It's the reason why Angelina Jolie as bloody Lara Croft ended up making a fortune when I was there. But I will say it has corrupted the minds of a load of people. Like the ultra thin phenomenon that happened in the 90s of you must be a bloody 0-0. It has warped the minds of a couple of people where they think that any fat on a woman is off as well. So there are, unfortunately, bad lines on both ends, but you just have to make people look nice. Like you can make people look nice, but you need to do it fine. But just because it's specifically designed to make someone look a certain way isn't that. Like as I said, looking at Gustav with the package he ended up having, using the complete other realm of the spectrum. Me ended up spending 15 minutes looking at Gustav's package and definitely not being jealous. Definitely not being jealous. In no way being jealous. It had nothing to do with being jealous because fuck it, I have a package the size of fucking Milan. But I'm not compensating at all. I'm not actually with this. I've gone down a rabbit hole there of my own making. That's the second time that's been used today. I'm actually more annoyed. By the way, just a completely different point. I'm actually more annoyed that Verso's isn't near as good as Gustav's, considering spoilers for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, even though I played the fucking game and you've seen it happen. Gustav dies, so it does annoy me that Gustav's isn't anywhere near as good. I genuinely think I might need a therapist. Like, I genuinely think there might be something wrong with me. I think I've officially cracked. I think I've officially hit the point where I've just cracked. I think the idea of seeing the screenshot from IGN that's potentially showcasing that the island might be back in WWE 2K26 has officially cracked me to the point of everything that's going on. That or it's the fact that I've been rated and gotten in a hype train. My first actual hype train that I've been live for, too. Because the last two variants, Benny has given me the gifted subs when I wasn't fucking live. So I wasn't able to tank him. Clair Obscur, is it? Or what is it you're starting after Italy? Oh, no. Sorry, I haven't read the one above it. What's your really good idea? And is it going to be done on FM26? I will say, too, one of the funnier things that happened there recently is a bunch of really, really, really big FM streamers, like watch the is that his name? Watch the Space. Oh God, he's an FM streamer. Watch the Space, and a couple of them have gone back to FM24 for the draft mode. Is it Watch the Space? No, it isn't Watch the Space. I think it's Watch the Space. No, it isn't Watch the Space. Fine, I don't know who it is. But a couple of them have been going back, just Work the Space, that's it. Because it's up there of them doing it, so Work the Space. Yeah. They've gone back to FM24. They're saying they're gone back just because they want to use the draft mode. I don't know how true that is, but we'll see what ends up happening there. But like, Work the Space has done an awful lot of work here anyway, so we'll see what ends up happening there. But yeah, I wonder if that'll be enough for them to end up bringing back the draft mode in 27. I know an awful lot of people had issues with the draft mode, but I thought it was a good idea, even though I've never used it. But then again, I've used fuck all of the content. Like, I've never set up my own online save. I've only had someone else end up doing it. I'm starting to see why Hong defenders can't defend. Doc, can you rephrase that question? Do you mean Hong Kong defenders, or what do you mean by Hong defenders? I have this first ever YT save. I need that one expanded on as well. The mental health save. It's just a number of people in a network save playing any club in the world they want and just checking in with each other, talking with each other, sharing stories, playing FM for 2-3 hours every week. I can play the K-League while you play the Bundesliga, when someone else plays Serie C, whatever you want. Fair enough. The only thing I'd ask about that is, because I don't know, if you want to control the person during the match, does that mean that you'll just be stalled talking to someone while they're playing a match, considering the matches won't be scheduled on the same day? Because, like, they'll be at different times and be different days or stuff like that, because that would be the only hurdle that's making that down. You would be better doing it in the same save. But, no, I know, but the only reason why I'm saying that is because one of the big thing about streaming, again, you keep telling me to cop on and not worry about it, but actually making the content viewable and good and the whole lot, and trying to improve with the numbers you end up getting, is that's probably a bit anti-appeal, you know, unless you're really good at rambling, which I don't know. I suppose you end up liking rambling, considering you stick at my fucking streams. But I guess you know what I mean. We're beyond mental health saving. Well, I am anyway. That's the reason why I have the whiskey right beside me. But who cares? That's not the point. To be fair, 2 counterpoints. I am good at rambling. What's your second point? If your second point is I'm just really handsome, so they're gonna just stare at my face, that's true too. But at least be fucking humble, Benny. I do not give a flying you-know-what if people like my content or not. I make it anyways because I enjoy making it. See, that I wish I was able to separate the two of them, because as much as I'm doing this for fun, I want to grow as well. I want that satisfaction of seeing that number grow up on the whole lot, so I want to try and make content that people actually enjoy. I think I do, mind you. Because I do put effort into this type of crap, and I do try to make it interesting for everyone that comes in and approachable for everyone that comes in. Maybe my loud voice and aggressive demeanor mean that people don't like talking at first, but, you know, and of course, as you're saying, it doesn't fucking matter. But it's just, you know, I do care about it, stupidly. But I've always been like that. If I'm at anything, I care about it, you know. It's like a boxing at the moment. When I'm doing the boxing, I'm there with the teacher, and he's saying, some of this is just you need to know. Some of this is there's no 100% theory to it. You just have to go with the flow, feel it, and you'll know what ends up coming down. You don't have to worry about everything being perfect. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a perfect sequence that'll end up happening. But in a boxing fight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 won't happen together. You need to know when to skip one. You need to know when to hit one. You need to know when to do one. And I know this type of crap is the same stuff as well, but you know, they either come for the ride or they don't, and I don't begrudge them making the choice. They're the same. Just remember, it's an exponent curve. It's an exponential curve. Twitch is an exponential curve. When you mean like it just like either you're at the bottom or you're at the top, what do you mean by that when you end up saying it? Because like I know, by the way, I know in saying this, some of my streams I average fucking the max of 50 viewers, and I realize that's top 1% in Twitch because the numbers are so vast, because there's tons of people who stream with 1 viewer at max that end up coming through it, and their actual total viewership numbers might be 12 in a fucking 4-hour stream, and I realize my numbers are fairly good for what I've been in the whole lot. So like, you know, 6 years of effort might get you 2,500 followers. When you make it to 10k, the next 2,000 might only take you a year or two. Yeah, no, I understand that. Like, the more you grow, the more it'll end up popping out and all that type of stuff. No, I understand that. But it's also that type of point too that there are improvements you can make to make yourself better as well. That's my point. I think I might have gotten lost in the sauce. Is Axel back yet? I always remember what Gerald Peters taught me. What was that? So Alex Jimenez. I think we're going to go with Gibson and the cat. Actually, no. We're going to go... Screw it. We're going to go with Matev. Gibson and Matev. So we're going to go with a completely different midfield. We're going to give Victor another goal there. We're going to bring on... I'm going to give Mason Mount his bloody game. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. And we're going to go with Rasmus up front. What you think about comes about. What you focus on grows. What you think about comes about. What you focus on grows. I don't know if I agree with that statement. It's interesting, but I don't know if I agree with that statement. First game was 6-4, lost it now, 4-3 lead after 50 minutes. It's like I said, Hong Kong defenders can't well defend. Well, hey, just buy some people out of it. If you focus on streaming, your stream will do well. If you focus on your fitness, you will get fit. If you focus on being kinder, you'll be kind. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, though. If I focus on being a goon, do I become a gooner? To be fair, Matty, all of us are gooners. It's just a matter of when we let it free. Like, I'm sure, well, no. Adam, my friend, thank you so much for coming in. You gent, you scholar, you beauty. What's a crack-a-lackin'? How did the stream end up coming? You've joined while I was in the middle of a rant with Benny, the great, the wise, and the beautiful. How has all been going with yourself? For those of you that have followed the great Adam, I am CraicAttack, also known as Craic, here of CraicAttackCentral. I am a variety streamer that typically ends up doing Football Manager. It's the main thing that I end up doing. But I end up doing the likes of Kira Obscure Expedition 33, Shin Megami Tensei 4, Blasphemous, Kingdom Hearts, and a plethora of other elements. Feel free to comment, feel free to lurk, feel free to do whatever you end up feeling yourself. This is a fairly lovable situation here. Always up for the crack, always up for the chat. Real life Luke FM, how are things treating you, my friend? It is a fantastic evening, although in my particular case it is 11:35, so it's night. With that being said, I'm wide awake because bitch ain't got no time for sleep. How are things, Adam? The most tractionable man I've ever met in my life. A man that just reels you in. A man that, let's just say, has a tractor beam ready to get everyone together. Like, you're so traction that you make me want to dance. You tracked your way straight into my heart. That's enough of using your old name. There we go. How is life treating you, my friend? Sorry I haven't been able to catch as many of your streams. I've been trying to catch them, but typically you're on... you've been streaming a lot when I've been in work, where I haven't had a chance to end up coming in, unfortunately. But it's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. Genuinely awesome to end up hearing. How did the stream end up going for you? Embark on the grand quest of Eversley, California, seeking back-to-back promotions under trial of Tier 9. Happy out! I'm guessing that the AI clip from Frosty Tools was correct in what you were doing, and that's what you ended up doing. Yes, Senior Benny ended up gifting 5 subs, so I now actually need to come up with whatever the hell I'm going to do for that mystery stream. So that's going to be fun. If anyone wants to give me any ideas, please go into the Discord and write down some ideas for what to do for that mystery stream, because I put that down there as a bait and switch and never actually thought what I was going to do. Not too bad. Hey, at least you have a lot of money in Saudi Arabia, my friend. Okay. Anyways. Time to get into our game versus West Brom. They ended up getting promoted last year and unfortunately just haven't been performing good. Bottom of the table at the moment with a mediocre-ish team. We're going to go slightly weaker than normal, but we'll see how things go. Edison in goal, Alex Jimenez on the wing, we're Lenny Yoro, Matthias de Ligt and Saba on the left. Chris Gibson and Matev. Rashford, Nico Paz, and Victor Rushk, and then Rasmus Højlund up front. We can make changes if we need to as things end up going on, but we'll see how this ends up going, and hopefully we'll end up doing grand. This is Rasmus's proper test. If Rasmus doesn't perform good in this game, if he doesn't score, even though he's been doing well in this formation as that particular person there, it pretty much means he might be relegated to specifically that role as a substitute. So let's hope he can do okay here. So in we go and see how things end up coming together. Wishes, well, I say wishes some, I actually do. Wishes some luck, because as I remember.
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't won yet.
Second game, 7-5. You might have to change your tactic if there's that many concessions happening, Senior Duck. It could be a tactics issue at this particular point in time if you're conceding that much, more so than the actual defenders that you're using, or it could be both. I'm playing 5 defenders plus 2 DMs, by the way. Interesting. That's weird. So we've been on a bit of a winning streak. So we need to be careful now that we don't let in a stupid goal and just screw all of this up, or don't end up going well against West Brom. Now, West Brom are a very defensively orientated team, so we should be okay. If you're playing a 5 at the back, I don't really know what to advise you, other than the fact that 5 of the backs are tricky in this game. And I honestly do think they've updated elements of this game to change how OP 5 at the backs are, because I don't believe, because that tactic that FM Arena ends up using, the strikerless 5 at the back tactic that they ended up getting the 70% off of, it had to have been busted when they created it, because I can't get any goals coming out of that one. So it's interesting to see that at some point people were. So I think they might have changed it a bit, because I know there was an awful lot of people complaining that they couldn't get goals, and that complaint doesn't seem to be happening as much as before. So maybe they've tweaked the balancing a bit to make it easier to get goals. Don't know. I tried 5 at the backs and struggled defensively. I didn't have that issue with 5 at the back now. Well, my 5 at the back I did, but that's because my 5 at the back is really a 3 at the back. Like, as we see, my 5 at the back doesn't give you any defensive security, because my 5 at the back is literally like 5 in a clump. But you do what you can, you see how she goes. By the way, if I didn't do so, thanks again for the follow, Real Life Luke. If you're still here, pleasure to end up having you there. But, yeah, so what do we need to do here? Because everyone's playing... It's Rasmus, isn't it? Maybe it might be that it's Rasmus. It could be that they're just defensively strong enough and breaking us down. But like, we're getting the shots off. It's just they're not accurate at all. So you're to Delict to Saba. Doesn't help when they're doing passes like that. Ooh, they're going to score. Huh. That doesn't help. Salutations, Senior Todgens. How is life treating you this day, you incredible troll? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? It has been a bit my... What are you doing? What are you doing? And Nico Paz, he's been generational this stream. What a run by Nico Paz. I don't actually know how much he's been doing the last wee while, but please, guys, if you can, give Todges a follow as well. An actual genuinely nice guy, although he does have the unfortunate distinction of being a Liverpool supporter, which is, you know, its own problems. Wait, or have you converted over to Spurs? Maybe you have. But please give him a follow if you can do. This is him, I think, in the GTA RP. That was me and Shazza trolling Tommy Z's. Happy out, my friend. But genuinely, sound lad, good streamer. When he does end up streaming, give him a follow if you can do. A sound individual. Please do give him a follow if you can do. Now, as for us, Rasmus, you're coming off. For Sesko, you're coming off. For Menu, you're playing Grand. We'll go with that because we might have to change the formation. I don't, unfortunately, senior up. He does, though. Ginger's best mate's proper hilarious. But hey, happy out that you're able to get in touch with them. Happy out that you're enjoying the RP. I love doing role-playing elements, but I have a tendency to get into it a wee bit too much. So I don't know how I'd end up finding RPs like that. Like, I'd need to know how far I'm able to go into it. So, you know, I'd have a bit of a teething issue to start with, but it'd be a good bit of crack. So in D&D, what a goal by Kobe. Even though Sesko is down injured, what a goal by Kobe. I play the character, so whatever my character ends up coming, I play the character to the character's core. So I just very much become that character, and I'm very much into it. If I do voices, I'm doing voices the whole time. If I become angry, I become angry. If I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole. Like, I very much get into it. I unfortunately will, when I'm role playing, cross the line, because the line needs to be crossed for the character, and won't apologize until after the event that it ends up happening. So I would be that type of person who would need to know the line extremely well in order to be able to go into it. Like, infamously in D&D, I had a character who, and I wrote this in the background and I asked the DM if it was okay, who could never be wrong. Nothing could ever be his fault. So if anything ended up happening, it was the fault of someone else, typically the person right beside him. Basically that character accidentally ended up spawning an Eldritch Abomination by killing a farmer because he was robbing some wheat off of the farmer. Ended up getting shot by a random person on the road at the farmer's house because he was robbing the farmer's wheat. It had to be the farmer's fault because he wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for the farmer's wheat. So it was the farmer's fault he got shot. So he ended up killing the farmer as retribution because it had to be the farmer's fault he got shot, not his. That type of bullshit. That's how I get too much into it. So I'll wrap logic around a bloody teaspoon, go to the full elements of the role or whatever you end up letting it be, warp completely to it and just be, yeah. Basically, don't start doing Nazi salutes and shit like that. But yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future, maybe if GTA 6 isn't a humbling ball of crap, I might join an RP server in that. Even though I have GTA 5 downloaded. By the way, my character in GTA 5 at the moment, if I was to proc it up, is literally a man walking around in a bloody white suit. But I know you create a new character for RP servers. God, the difference, it's insane the difference that it ends up making having, Rasmus has been playing grand when he's been in that double pivot mode, but Sesko, has just been completely different this season. He's always in the right position, even slightly injured. He's just always in the right position for the header. He's been counterbalancing for everyone. I'm not going to take the risk that he gets any more injured. I'm actually going to do a double substitution and take Sesko off for Evan Ferguson because I'm not taking the risk. He's been performing far too good to take the risk with him, which is sad, but it's just true. But are you playing it much lately, Todges? The RP server, and are you doing anything else in your free time as well? And I suppose, considering we finally have one in here, are you Arna slot in or Arna slot out? Those are a lot of questions to hamp on you, but screw it, I have you, so I might as well do it. Been in it a lot more recently. Happy out. And do you go in it and not stream, or do you play it offline a lot, or what do you feel? Slot has been slating Klopp and the club recently. How? I mean, I don't really know if I agree with that up. I mean, he's been a bit stupid, complaining about the pitch being too wet. That's just a way to piss off the entirety of the fan base that's already pissed off. But other than that, I don't know. Came back to streaming last couple of days since I've been with the bigger boys. Happy out, my friend. Hey, at least you're enjoying it. And that's the best way to go. And if you're able to stream, you're as well do it, my friend. Because genuinely you have a good way about your streams and the whole lot. And I mean, you have double what I have, so... I genuinely enjoy them whenever I ended up going into them. So yeah, nice to see that you're coming back to it. Some of his comments about their past failures. But that's not... he hasn't really slated the club. He has turned around and he says that he needs more signings, which, sadly is true. That's sadly true. One of the things Liverpool should have done was, that Isak deal will forever be second looked upon. Yes, they needed a second striker. Did you need to go and get the biggest striker in the pond? No. You definitely should have gotten Mark Guehi before you went to bloody City, but that's an entirely different conversation. You definitely should have gotten Mark Guehi. Screw it, spend the 30 million quid, buy Mark Guehi. Even if they wanted 40, spend the 40 on Mark Guehi. You should have done that. Especially considering you're not re-signing Ibrahim Konate, so this coming season, or this coming summer transfer window, you need to buy 3 of the bastards. Because I'm sorry, if you can sell him, you sell Virgil van Dijk this summer. I know that's not a popular thing to say, but if you can sell him, you sell Virgil van Dijk this summer. And buying 3 defenders is a half and a half. And to be honest, I don't think there's that many. Well, Robinson's going in the summer. Todges. He's not signing a new contract. So I'm shocked that they didn't just accept the money and send him to bloody Tottenham. Like, you were getting 10 million quid for him and he's walking out the door for free. So, I don't know why you just didn't take the 10 million. I suppose you need him for the amount of games you're playing, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot of really odd decisions done at Liverpool over the last wee while, but we'll see what ends up happening. The big problem is you need, ironically enough, in the summer, you need 3 defenders, and just defenders, CBs, defenders. You probably need another backup left back. I still think Florian Wirtz is going to play where Salah is. So I think Florian Wirtz is going to be put out to the right and Szoboszlai is going to play in the middle. And Cody Gakpo hasn't been performing good enough. And maybe they're going to put Ekitike on the left and Isak up front. But I think you need another left winger. So I think you need a left winger, you need 3 centre-backs, and you need a left back. Now, I can't say anything. United need 3 centre defensive midfielders. And considering we're now potentially going to be moving to wingers, we need 1 right winger, kind of. Ahmad can do it. Mbeumo will probably be the backup striker, because we're probably not going to buy a striker. Mbeumo will probably be the backup striker. Himself and Sesko will probably be fighting for that role. Even though we didn't sign him to be a striker, Mbeumo's probably going to become a striker. And we need a backup goalkeeper. So we'll see. I mean, Gakpo isn't that bad. Let's be fair. Gakpo isn't that bad. He's not as dynamic as Diaz was. And Gakpo worked much better as a right midfielder or striker. The dynamism that you need Gakpo to have on the left-hand side that Diaz used to give you, he doesn't have. And Florian Wirtz and Wilfred and Mohamed Salah both don't have that dynamism that is needed in order to do that either. So because Gakpo doesn't have it on the left and the 2 people that are currently playing on the right don't have it either, Gakpo is the one that's being shut down because his technical ability with the ball at his foot is worse than both of the people on the other side. That's the thing. But Rio's 10 minutes wasn't that he outperformed him. It's that Rio is exactly what was needed on the pitch, which was speed. I'm not going to comment and say Rio is far, far, far too young to profile what type of player Rio is. Far too young. So take what I'm going to say with the immortalist amount of salt. Okay? Rio, to me, looks like either he's going to be an Alejandro Garnacho or a Marcus Rashford, to give perspective of the player that I see out of there. He's either going to be an athletic player who can hold the ball at his foot, but will get knocked over with a gust of breeze. Again, really young, we don't know. Or he's going to be Marcus Rashford, who, when at his best, will be one of the best wingers in the world. Because he seems to have that ability, he seems to have that quickness, he seems to have that eye, he seems to have that positioning. Rio seems to have that. Again, 16-year-old, you don't want to put too much pressure on the poor bastard, but it's just what I'm seeing at him. He's either going to be, to give the 2 comparisons, a Garnacho or a Rashford. To give the 2 comparisons on a Manchester United scale. I can't think of the same type of thing in a different format, if you get me. The other problem with Rio, and it's the same thing that Arsenal end up having with Max Daumann, is because people have seen the excellence that's come off him, and specifically because of the 4-3 match against Newcastle where he won you the game, the pressure that's going to be on that kid is going to be atmospheric. Thank fuck he isn't with United, because he'd be dead on the doornail on arrival. We're even doing it with Obi Martin, and Obi Martin was smothered when he ended up joining us. We're doing it with bloody Aiden Heaven now. We've done it with Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro was the next version of Patrick Dogu before he got injured. After 2 games of performing really, really good in the winger position, not going to comment bad about it, 2 games was enough for people to start calling him the next incarnation of Gareth Bale. Why put that pressure on the kid? Why do that? Like, you fucking dipshits, why are you doing that? Like, let him perform a bit, and then after a season, call him the next reincarnation of Gareth Bale. I have a feeling that that's one of the issues that happens with Rio as well. Although I think I just might have rambled into an entirely different segment of my rant. But hey, if you get me, you get me. If you don't, you don't. But another nice win for us. We're doing pretty well with the results that we're getting at the moment. 5-1 win versus West Brom. The 3-0 win in the Carabao Cup versus City. We're top of the table currently as things end up going down. We're doing okay in the Champions League. Although there's a 2-game difference between us. Spurs are our closest competition. Arsenal seem to have dropped points again. Did Arsenal lose a 4th time? Did Arsenal lose a 4th time? There's no way. No, they didn't. Okay. Okay, so they were on 10. They just haven't played their game yet. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. And we're into the Champions League now versus Mold. We should be able to experiment a bit here. I might, if it fits, go with Hardley in goal for this. Yes. See, the big question with Liverpool as well, and one of the reasons why Slot is in so much trouble as well, is his outright refusal to use Federico Chiesa. Because I'm going to see who you've out injured at the moment. So you are Newcastle there. At least it's at home. But you have Gomez injured, Isak injured, Frimpong injured, Bradley injured, Bayachek injured, and Leone injured. That's a lot of defenders. But obviously, you'd be putting Becker in goal. You kind of have to, as much as they wouldn't want to. Plus Dominic Szoboszlai at right back. Even though personally, I'd probably, even though it might end up screwing things up, personally, I would end up going with 2 left footers. I would put Andy Robertson on the right and Milos Kerkez on the left. Personally. I know that probably makes no sense. That's probably suicide talks that I'm talking about there, but I would probably do it. I would go Andy Robertson on the right and Milos Kerkez on the left with Konate and Van Dijk in the middle. I go Alexis McAllister, Dominic Szoboszlai, Florian Wirtz, Salah, Hugo Ekitike and Chiesa. That would be what I would do. I don't think that's what's going to end up happening, mind you, but that's what I would do. I think the other player that probably should end up getting a bit more of a look at is Wataru Endo. I know he's 31 and maybe the speed has gone out of him, but he played so good when he first ended up coming in, and there's definitely a player there for the amount that you pressed him on. So he's an option that should definitely be in contention, if not used. So I think it's one of those cases of, for some reason, you're just keeping the bullets in the case instead of locking them in the goal in the gun. But yeah. The thing is, Szoboszlai is just so good. He can play anywhere on the goddamn pitch. Actually, do you still have Szoboszlai? Wait, are Liverpool not in this? Oh, they are. I was wondering. Rio is there. We don't have the scouted. Why do we not have the scouted? Fuck's sake, game. Salah, Wirtz, Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Vineta, Round Curtis Jones, Chiesa, Dominic Szoboszlai there, yeah. He's still with you in this one. Jeremy Jacquet there. Rio's not even playing yet. Gakpo's unregistered. 60 million. They're not getting 60 million for him. He'll walk away for free before you get 60 million for him. But hey, joys of it.
too hot.
Interesting. Okay. So a wee bit of money given there, which is nice. Champions League is definitely helping us this year, but we knew that it would. I don't care about any of them. If they walk away, they walk away. Okay, and Mold we should be able to beat with relative ease. Arsenal bloody walloped Crystal Palace. So they're after getting a nice result there. I mean, I don't blame him. If I can put him out, please let me put you out on loan. I'm surprised there isn't the option to put him out on loan. Oh, whatever, be pissy. Not really much I can end up doing about it. If he's going to be pissy, be pissy. Canary Islands. Oh, no, that's Canberry. Maybe that is Canary. Huh. Anyway, Savinho wins for City, so City ended up getting a win there as well. What? I thought it said it was Barcelona. Anthony Elanga and Festus Waywell? Really? I suppose Anthony Elanga was an academy player. He's a player too I feel a little sorry for because his time has just been catastrophic at Newcastle. Like he's at 30 appearances and 0 goals for the poor bastards. I know he wasn't a goal machine at Forest, but at least he done more assists than the whole lot. He just hasn't been firing on any cylinder since he joined Newcastle. Ooh, who are you? No. Chelsea lost. Yeah, Thiago might end up losing his chance. Oh, that was one I wanted to check, actually. $21. Yeah, you haven't developed it all, have you? It's a good sign for Bournemouth, to be honest. But, yeah. Oh, we might end up sacking the Mold manager if we win. Not if we win, when we win. They should never have signed him. Do you think so, Todges? I don't know, because in one of the positions... Well, here's the thing, too. I'll answer it actually. I'll answer it after the advertisements in case you got hit with the ads. Okay, fair enough. I think the reason why Anthony, well, that's the thing about it. But then again, keep in mind, ye completely screwed the market for absolutely everyone last summer. And I don't think there was a single player other than Frimpong, funnily enough, signed last summer that wasn't 20 million over their asking price. I don't think there's a single player you can almost point out that wasn't about 20 million over their asking price. At least 10 anyway. Like in our case, we activated 2 release clauses. So although they are well over their value, because I don't think Brian Mbeumo and Matthias Cunha are worth 65 and 61 million quid. I don't. They've been playing fine for us, but I genuinely don't think they're worth that. Army of Rubber Ducks, thank you so much. You are a gent and a scholar. How is your evening treating you? Is your Friday going well, you gent and you beauty? I hope life is going well. So I think 35 million quid probably would have been what you wanted for me. If I had a max 45, so 55 is a bit much. But here's my thing. I think the reason why Newcastle went and got Anthony Elanga is because they were almost assured, almost certain that Liverpool, were going to go and get Anthony Gordon. Because there was a rumour that you were going to go in and put in an €80 million bid on Anthony Gordon, and Anthony Gordon be your Mo Salah replacement. And I think they were almost positive Anthony Gordon was going to end up joining ye. I think that's why they bought him. Now, it ultimately turned out to be a mistake anyway, because Anthony Gordon isn't performing well and Elanga isn't performing well. But I think that's why they did it. I think they were almost positive Anthony Gordon was joining Liverpool. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Also, Alex Jimenez has been performing exceptional. Really? I don't know. I like Gordon. I think Gordon's a good player. Whether or not he's worth he's definitely not worth 80 million quid, but I think he's a good player. And Nico Paz definitely deserves this. What a fucking month. 7 goals, 1 assist in 5 matches. Well, I can agree with that. That doesn't mean that I'd switch clubs because of it. I actually really needed that posture check, by the way, Army of Ducks, so I'm going to refund you those points. Interesting. Well, we're going to scout you. Where's my... Why is he out of my scouting scope? What do you mean he's out of my scouting scope? This is the first time this has happened to me. What the fuck is this? Does this just mean my scouts are at too much? Yeah, I needed that. I needed that stretch anyway, so I figured I'd just refund you the points. So because I needed it, and I would have done one anyway. I refunded you your points because screw it, why not? But it's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. Yes. Yeah, this is the counter. It's been added in now for first word, so everyone that comes in has a tracker of how often they've come in, so that I can remind you all of how often you've managed to make the terrible decision of coming into my chat. So I know you've been in here more than that, mainly due to raids and the whole lot. But now you can get improvements. You absolute dick. You absolute dick. What did we get? What did we get? Do you want to guess, Senior Duck, as to what it is you managed to pick? And what you have done that it's now forcing me to talk as slow as I can, so that it is possible for me to be heard. Yes, army of rubber ducks, attack the duck god of the quack. Okay, that's enough of that. But this is good. The check-in edition means I have more reason to avoid coming here. No! Actually, that's one I should end up adding. The bloody Darth Vader no. Just the no! Because I don't actually have a no. I suppose the only thing I can do for your army of duck in order to remind you of your place and why you need to come here more is come more often. Come more often. That's the demand. Come more often. And of course, show up at the stream as well. Whatever you do in your own personal time is up to you. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me today. That's such a bad joke. Oh, funny story that we need SpongeBob. That's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk. You know, funnily enough, I could put on some Crazy Frog and put that as songs to end up queuing onto the playlist. Although I don't know if Crazy Frog is actually on the streaming app that I use for music. Hey, don't tell Duck God of the Quack about our off-stream fun. Never, Army. Army, don't be spoiling what we do. There's a reason why you're called rubber ducks. Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking dirty today. My apologies. Might be the fact that I've turned over to my workout. It genuinely might be the fact that I've turned over to my workout playlist, and it's putting me in the mood to actually lift shit. And the fact that I'm not lifting shit has made me a bit cattywampus. Oh, he's injured. You got a bit of belly fat, so be happy. Don't say I don't do anything nice for the people. Okay, so I don't want to play someone that's injured, so let's look at our options. Senny Lemons in goal. I mean, to be fair, Rubber. By the way, which do you prefer? Because obviously I call Duck Duck. Or would you prefer, would the two of you know if I call you Ducks, Senior Ducks, and the other one Senior Duck? Or would you prefer to be called Army or Rubber just for the difference and while the two of you are here? Because I don't want you being confused. But anyway, funnily enough that you mentioned the exercise thing, it is actually something that's going to be added into the stream later on. A good friend of the chat, Senior Enter, ends up putting in that for every push-up, for every sub he ends up getting, he ends up doing 5 push-ups. I do plan on adding that into the stream. Just I need my arm to be fully fit first from the surgery, so that'll be happening any later on. Okay, then in that case I'll just call you Ducks. Have you been playing anything nice yourself these last wee whiles, Ducks? Because other than this crap, I've gone back into Clear Obscure Expedition 33 to just do some grinding. Which is one of the reasons why I haven't been streaming it, because it's just me walking around like a bloody idiot. Do you prefer I call you Ducks and I call God Duck? Not confusing at all. Nope, nothing is confusing at all about that statement. Everything is perfect. It's all well organized and put together. Everything is awesome. Actually, I actually want to hear that song. There we go. This is what you get for making me thinking about random shite. I am probably the worst person to get thinking about anything. Like, genuinely. Because I'll just do it. If you convince me well enough, I'll just do it. Should Duck convince me to wear that stupid goddamn duck costume? I actually have no idea where that is either. I genuinely have no idea where I have that duck costume left. I do need to find it. For reasons. God, I didn't know they'd done this with Lonely Island. Huh. I don't think there's anything Andy Sandberg can't do. Okay, chat, we need to get him a French maid outfit. What the hell is that? Not a hope in hell. Not a hope in hell. Are you getting me in that? No, just this version of that song has Lonely Island in it, and Lonely Island is Andy Samberg. So this was done in the credits version, so he literally joined for a song. So that there is Andy Samberg. You're awesome. Oh my god. Okay. I don't think we need to make any more changes. So we'll go into this and see how we do against Mold. We should be more than strong enough to beat them, but time will tell. So wish us a bit of luck as we go into this next contest. Although with that being said, actually, I don't know what movies Andy Samberg has coming out now. I know there's a rumor that he might be appearing in Scrubs, but I don't think so. Oh my god. I didn't know he was the voice actor of Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider in Across the Spider-Verse. So he's in that. He was in Zootopia 2. He has no movies other than that at the moment. And he's in no TV productions, except for Digman, where he's the voice main role and a co-writer. However, the second season was delayed to July 2015. So as this 27 has been delayed to the same date. Okay. Did season 2 come out? It did. I mean, he's not really working on anything at the moment. Interesting. I like Sandberg. Has anyone gone out of their way to watch The Iron Lung yet? It's something... Yeah. It's something I'm going to end up watching the next time I get free moments. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard good things about it, though, so I'm looking forward to giving it a go. It's Markiplier's independently funded and produced and directed and starring movie. So it'll be interesting to see how it actually is. I've heard good things about it, but that some of the more independent scenes where he needs to carry himself with like excellent acting are a bit lacking. But we'll see what ends up happening when I end up watching it. Beautiful goal by Mbeumo, by the way. Anything you want, my friend. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Nice to meet you, anything you want. Funnily enough, this is my name too. Duck, I forgot the amount of crap you end up doing. Although, to be honest, I'm genuinely surprised that it's counted you for this. I'm surprised it came up as 2, because I don't think you've come in with this account since I fixed this check-in. So you must have done the check-in at some point in time with this account. Ahmad? Nico? Unlucky. Ilya Zambrani to Saba. It was my senior crack, hence why I didn't follow. I think the last time we checked, Duck has something like 5 alts? I think it's 5. 10. There we go. You have too much time. You have too much time in your hands, Senior Duck. So what you're basically saying is, if I want to get to 1,000 followers, I just end up getting you to create a load of accounts that follow me. Nico Paz is scoring for bloody nuggets at the moment. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's his first offside goal since he started going on this mad scoring spree. Actually, I wonder where Jose Mourinho is. There's a rumor going around. What would the rumor be, Senior Duck? There is a rumor that 20% of pretty much all streams over 1,000 viewers are view bots. I wonder how true that is, but there is a rumor that that's the case. He makes an alt for each joke, so I wouldn't put it past him to get you to 1,000 followers. And so what you're basically saying, Ducks, is I need to make more jokes. All but 20% of FM Twitch followers are my alts. So the funny thing is, he has less followers than Kai Cenat, but probably the best streamer on Twitch for viewers is a buck by the name of Iba, IBAI. When Iba comes on, the traffic on the channel increases almost by double. Almost by double. He has had a stream with 3 million people in it. He's a Spanish streamer who speaks exclusively in Spanish, so I would wonder how many view bots are being done in that stream. Yeah. Normality is resumed, whatever the hell that means. Yeah. He is literally on one stream. Now, to be fair, this particular stream was done during COVID, but he had one stream where that stream equals the entirety of the rest of the website. Entirely the rest of the website. He's not spicy at all. He's just a regular average Spanish Joe. Latin America, like whenever he comes on, Latin America and Spain just go on and just end up joining him. Honestly, it's the way to do it, because English is the most spoken language in the world, but Spanish is the most heavily dense language in the world, in that due to English being the most spoken, it's the one that has the most amount of variety within it. The Spanish language doesn't actually have that much stuff within it. It's the reason why Mr. Beast has turned around and said he makes close to 50 million quid a month just on the Spanish translation channel. Just on that channel alone. Just get it translated into Spanish, because not that many people end up going down that route. And most of the stuff that are Spanish are quite small scaled and still very, you know, concentrated, uniform stuff. So legitimately, actually, if you could end up learning Spanish and do Spanish streams, you probably end up getting a massive margin away. Like, I'd say Kickers will probably be able to tell me more about this as well. Dutch isn't as big, but I'm sure he gets a ton of people in there because he speaks Dutch, you know? But yeah, no, it's insane the amount of people he ends up doing there. What did he do for 3 million viewers? Make gold for everyone watching? I don't know what he actually does. I think he's just a general, like, talk streamer and all that. Just does various stuff. Like, the last time he streamed was 5 days ago, and he had 724,000 views on the stream. But to be fair, that was a League of Legends stream, and it was actually a tournament. So, like, that wasn't it either. So, but you know, like, I just know that at one point in time he had almost 3 million people in there. So, will you be having an Irish speaking only disc? Not a hope in hell. I don't. I wish my Irish was good, but my Irish is disgustingly bad. Obviously I have Pog Mahone, I have Gia Gwitch, I have Jeremy Onwil Kiadag Dulamahan Lepris. I can say the entirety of the Lord's Prayer in Irish, which, by the way, I might get cancelled for saying Catholicism on a stream, but who cares? Ornyar, Tornyav, Gurnefer Denham, the Dogat the Richt, the Nefer than a Heller and Talif, Barnyet Ornyav, Norno Lehu, Tordornu, and Mike do Norvieka, a Wahwin, no Shehunu Shane, a Lonnie Shino Gahu, a Shershanol. Amen. Now, to be fair, when I talk like that, that does sound slightly epic. But that is just our Father and art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done as on earth as it is in heaven. Give us sustain daily bread and give us our, whatever the rest of it. I actually forget the rest of the Lord's Prayer. But yeah, it's that, because it was drilled into me. And why I remember more in Irish than I do in English, I haven't a fucking clue. But it was drilled into me in school. Yeah. It just sounds slightly epic, but I know the whole thing off by heart. I know, it's funny, I know that off by heart, and I don't know the Irish national anthem off by heart. And that's in fucking English. I've no idea why I know that off by heart, by the way. It's just one of those things that's gone into my head and just gone... Okay, now I need to stream and just quack. I mean, to be honest, you probably like, you talk about that, but then you have what Angry Peanut or whatever his name is. Like, he won best streamer in best streamer this year, and literally it's just a VTuber with a peanut as his model, and he just went boom like that. So if you managed to get a duck as a model and went with that, you probably would do phenomenally well. And if you could keep yourself slightly bloody PG, which is one of my problems, you probably would do phenomenally well on it. Peanut. Nut. Get your head out of the gutter, ducks. Peanut. Or maybe it was a pea that nuts. But no, peanuts. That 3-2-1 came at a perfect time. That 3-2-1 of that song could not have come at a more perfect time. It's also such a weird thing to add into a song, too. It's so distracting in the song, but whatever. It's so bad to add. Why is that in this remix? Oh, whatever. I forgot how bad some of these songs are. It's such a bad inclusion. Oh, God. Oh, shut up. I know, I'm changing the song. I forgot that. Holy crap. The song's trying to kill me. I mean, at least it's catchy, because that 3-2-1 is now reverberating through my bloody skull. I don't think... Yeah, we don't have anyone to replace him. I am going to take Evan off now, even though he scored a goal, and I'm going to give Obi his goal. Then, we're going to give Victor a go, and we're going to take Ahmad off, and we're going to give Mitlan a go, and we're going to take Angelo Stellar off. And see how that goes. Oh, I did make all 5 changes. Huh, that's unusual. I don't normally do that. But hey. But yeah, hey, good performance versus Mold. Gives us a wee bit of goal difference. Not that we need it in this league phase of the Champions League. I know we lost to PSG, but we are in fairly good positionings at the moment. So it's nice to end up seeing, and we'll continue on with what we have for the time being anyways. When will you be unlocking New Game Plus? Of Clear Obscure Expedition 33? Soon enough, actually. So I might end up doing a stream with the New Game Plus of that. If you're on about just generalized New Game Plus of life, I don't qualify for New Game Plus. I am white. No. And this, you joke about New Game Plus in this, but I will actually be, well, I say I will. I might be changing the save after this season, depending on how we do, and starting a brand new save unemployed and seeing where we go, which would technically be in New Game Plus, but much, 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 much harder. So we'll see what ends up happening. But in this game, this game's New Game Plus is just the next season. So considering how long it takes me to play through a season, maybe about a month. The fact that Obi has scored in the first game that he's been on, and we haven't played Obi at all this season, and both Rasmus and Evan have been having trouble scoring, is funny as hell. New Game Plus in real life is just reliving your life again, knowing what will happen, but you can't change the outcomes. God, that sounds awful. It's funny that too, because... you'd think you'd make changes to your life, but I don't know what changes I would make to my life to make my life better than what I have done. Because to be fair, I don't have a bad life. So I've been doing okay with what I end up having. I'd say the only thing, if I was able to revert my life back, that I would change is just go to the gym younger. Learn how to cook for myself, have more authority in cooking for myself, and try to get healthy from when I was from when I was young. Just get healthy faster would be what I'd end up doing. Ducks, allow me to tell you the rules of Crack Attack Central. There isn't a goddamn thing in the world you're going to say to me that will make me sad. There's a couple things that'll make me angry, but there's nothing that you will say to me that we won't have a general conversation about and be grand. If you say anything that annoys me to a point where it's a problem, I'll let you know about it. And there's only one word in the English dictionary that will properly piss me off, and there's almost no situation in which you're going to use it. Yeah, of course. Which basically what I just described to you is kiss my arse. Yes. In fact, it's voluptuous booty. Booty, booty, booty. And I'm not even drunk. I'm not even drunk. I'm not even drunk. Although, I do think we need to add a mascot to the stream, and potentially it might be this. Oh, you have to give me a minute. You have to give me a minute. Is this it? Okay, here we go. Yeah, give us a minute. Give us a minute. By the way, we'll see this at one point in time when I do the stream for it. But for now, give us a second. Okay, then come back to here. Here we go. You ready?
We're really very sorry it had to come to violence, ladies. Oh, you little bastards done fucked up. Go get him, Butte!
Look out, ladies and gents, here comes the queen of quippies, the mistress of BDSM, your dominatrix dream come true. It's spontaneous Butte.
Hey, honey, you ain't ready for this booty. I'm gonna crush you in my booty cheeks.
Oh god damn it! I love South Park so bloody much. If you haven't played South Park The Stick of Truth or that game, South Park The Fractured Butthole, please do. They are two fantastic games. And of course, Pogue Mahone, my friends. Or in that case, Pogue Herhone. Oh. I mean, depending on who you talk to, Ducks, spontaneous Butte could be a leprechaun. A DEI hire for a leprechaun, spontaneous Butte. We're second, and we do actually need to face Barcelona at one point as well, so that's going to be interesting. Might actually have to give Obi more time. Don't care what anyone says. That thing isn't she. I'm not going to comment on the origins of spontaneous Butte. The one thing I will comment on when it comes down to South Park is because they do end up giving you, if you end up looking for it, they do end up giving you more information about spontaneous Butte. And she is actually one of the better, funnily enough, one of the better requested artists in that establishment. So, you know, people like spontaneous bouteille. Four out of 8 goals have been scored from position close to the penalty spot. Is that a good thing? Euro wins North Rising Star. Well, he's been unbelievable for us when he's been playing. God, we've been on a winning streak. Let's hope we can continue it on with Spurs. That is enough crack for me to last 2 weeks. Oh, don't say that, my friend. Don't say that, my friend. Sure, the crack is always available to you. Of course, you don't need to inject it into your veins, but the crack is always here for you. And, you know, I'm the best dealer this side of the Atlantic, so he hasn't been performing good enough. How do I say you haven't been good enough? Fine, whatever. You just haven't been good enough. That's why you're not playing, Evan. But we'll be giving you more time. And you're not getting it in the next game, but we'll see what ends up happening. But if you are gone for a long period of time, Ducks, it has been a pleasure to talk to you. Make sure your crack is 90. Schlongafol, and as remember, I'm Stupid Sexy Crack, and as always, my friend, Pogmon. Oh, they would have loved to have gotten Trincao. 42 matches, 19 goals, 14 assists. I know he's 27, but if we gotten him when he was worth the 50 million, I definitely would have done 60 million. I would have gotten him, but he's been unbelievable for them, and it's beautiful to see. No bother, my friend. I don't ever feel pressured that you need to end up coming in, but feel free to pop around whenever you want to. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Carlos Ancelotti is the England boss. That's fascinating. Have a fantastic night's sleep. Make sure your crack is 90 and Schlongafol, my friend. Mora left out for Portugal is interesting. Okay. No, we don't change that. So, cool. The next time we come live, which ending it on what could be a big game is a interesting move for me, but I am actually going to end up finishing up here as well. So I'm just going to get to the next game, and then actually, I'm not, because there's stuff I need to end up checking here. So I am going to actually raid us out, and we'll see how things end up going. I'm not sure over the weekend if I will be live. It'll depend on a couple of things. I need to check a couple of things, and we'll see what ends up happening. More than likely, if I am going live, it'll be on Sunday, potentially around the time of the Fulham game. But the next time I'm definitely live is on Monday, which will potentially be me coming back with another round of Football Manager so we can end up getting this game versus Spurs. With all that being said, thank you all so much for coming in. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you all. I'm going to send you over to a friend of the chat who is normally into his nightmare stuff, but is playing Ark Raiders. So, you know, could use a bit of cheers up. So I'm going to send you over to King X Karasu, a gent and a scholar and a friend of the chat. So please just turn around to him and say Crack Addicts Attack if you can. Again, thank you, Senior Benny, for starting the hype train and giving the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, everyone that has come in. Thank you for the 2 raids. And it was an absolute pleasure having all of you in. And hopefully I'll see some of you again in the next time. Until then, remember, I have been Stupid Sexy Crack. Shalom, Gaful. And as always, poke my home, my friends. Adios.